Phillies.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Phillies Opening Day 2006. On the field, the Phillies introduced before the game by host, great PA announcer Dan Baker. We have the United States Falling Angels skydiving event team, and we also have the flyover by the 111th Fighter Wing of Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. Opening Day 2006, the Phils and the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi, everybody. Harry Callis, along with Larry Anderson, Scott Graham, and Chris Wheeler will join us a little bit later. Always exciting L.A. opening day, and the Phillies have paired their final roster, and they're all set with a 25-man team.
Well, they released Tomas Perez yesterday. There were not too many dry eyes in that clubhouse, as he was beloved by his teammates, a great guy on the club, and did a good job for the organization. But they had a chance to pick up David DeLucci. Hit 29 home runs last year. I mean, this guy's got 8 pinch home runs off the bench. You just can't turn up that kind of deal.
Yeah, Pat Gillick was looking for a left-hand bat off the bench, and he got him in the 11th hour, and David DeLucci will be with the ball club today. John Lieber has the ball for the Phils on opening day 2006. He will be opposed by the Cy Young Award-winning Chris Carpenter. And we'll have the starting lineups for today's game right after these messages. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. By Southwest Airlines. With more flights to more places than ever before, Southwest is taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. By Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank, not your typical bank. By Toyota and the all-new bigger RAV4. Toyota, moving forward. And by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it. Everyone deserves it.
I'm here with W.B. Mason talking MVPs.
Most valuable performers, like Hewlett-Packard printers, copiers, and fax machines.
And when it comes to Hewlett-Packard,
nobody beats W.B. on HP. To prove it, this Major League umpire will make the call on who has the best prices and selection.
W.B. Mason!
Way to go. All right.
Wasn't even close.
Pull for W.B. Mason.
In leadership, no word is more important than trust. You can trust Chevy, the brand more Americans choose.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event, like Silverado half-ton work truck with better half-ton fuel economy than Ford F-150. Get an 06 Silverado half-ton regular cab work truck long box 2-wheel drive starting at $14,990 after cash back. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
When something is real, you know it.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, babe.
Introducing new Just for Men. Its new True Color formula targets only gray. Easy as shampooing for a natural look that is real.
So glad we got
real to the eye, real to the touch, real where it counts. New True Color Just for Men.
This just in, an action-packed update exclusive. Free Ryan Howard growth chart courtesy Verizon during Kids Opening Day, April 8th. Details at Phillies.com.
And we are back at a sold-out Citizens Bank Park for Opening Day 2006. The Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. The lineup cards being exchanged at home plate by Charlie Manuel and Tony La Russa. Along with the umpiring crew, they will be Jerry Crawford behind the plate, Chuck Merriweather at first base, Brian O'Nora at second, and Phil Cuzzy at third. And so far, so good weather-wise. Hopefully the rains will stay away and we'll get this ball game in. Phillies coming off a great spring training in which they set a club record with 19 wins and 11 losses. The Cardinals were 15 and 14 in their exhibition league play. A little bit chilly, 56 degrees as the Phils take the field for the first game of the 2006 season. And let's check Tony La Russa's starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. David Eckstein at shortstop leads off. Juan Encarnacion right field bats second. Albert Pujols at first base hitting third. Jim Edmonds center field bats fourth. Scott Rowland third base hits fifth. So Taguchi in left field batting sixth. Yadier Molina the catcher batting seventh. Aaron Miles at second base hits eighth. Chris Carpenter the pitcher batting ninth. And that lineup is facing John Lieber, who turned 36 yesterday.
He would like nothing more than to give himself a little birthday present with the second opening day start for the Phillies. Consecutive 4 starts in the spring. Did not fare too well this spring, but he's a veteran pitcher, and he's down there. He's working on things. He knows what he needs to do, and well, he's going to go out there and do his thing and pitch quick like he always does and get ahead of these hitters. Southwest Airlines scouting report has said a fast work. He'll throw a sinking fastball. He'll throw a good slider and a changeup. He goes after the hitters. He gave up a lot of hits in the spring, 24 of them in 14 innings, but part of that is just because he does challenge hitters. He doesn't walk people. Chrysler Jeep keys to the game. And one of those things is carrying over from a great spring. The Phillies are all-time record wins in spring training. They want to carry that over with a good positive attitude coming into this first game of the season. And the other is getting Lieber back on track, as I said, from a tough spring for him. But spring training numbers don't always tell you everything, and
especially with a veteran pitcher.
Yeah, exactly.
As you say, you know, John Lieber's been around, and you would be concerned if it was, say, Ryan Madsen or
right.
Gavin Floyd that had those kind of numbers, but not with a veteran like Lieber, who's incidentally has more career wins against St. Louis than he does any other team. Beaten the Cardinals 12 times in his career, lost 7. David Eckstein leads it off, coming off a good spring in which he hit .339. 1 strike to Eckstein. Two quick strikes to David Eckstein.
Eckstein's going to go up there. He's going to make the pitcher work, but this is a guy that throws strikes. You don't have to worry too much about him getting behind you.
Luke fouled on the first base side. Still 0-2 to David Eckstein. Eckstein was a walk-on at the University of Florida. He's had quite a career. Last year hit .294 for St. Louis.
You see that type of pitch. Eckstein, just a scrappy hitter up there. Doesn't strike out a whole lot. He'll make contact, and he'll protect there with 2 strikes, just like he did on that slider. It was probably a ball out down and out of the strike zone.
Ring him up. David Eckstein is called out on strikes on a fastball on the inside corner, and John Lieber starts it with a K. The batter will be Juan Encarnacion.
Perfect pitch by Lieber right there on the inside corner. Gets the call from Jerry Crawford. And that's set up by the slider down and away. He chased out of the zone the pitch before.
Encarnacion hit .241 this spring. And as a free agent from Florida, he popped him up foul. Lieber thought coming back, but he'll run out of room just over the screen. 1 strike to Encarnacion.
Not a whole lot of wind here today. A little cool breeze going, but what there is looks like it maybe out towards left. You see the flags, not as bad as we've seen.
Tony La Russa, skipper of these St. Louis Cardinals, who are picked by most experts again to win the National League Central. Bunt try, bunting foul. 0-2 to Encarnacion.
They were good career numbers against Encarnacion.
Just 3 for 17 for Juan with a home run. Fastball high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 straight strikeouts for John Lieber.
Good slider has him chasing. See where Lieberthal sitting off the plate. Good command, a good spot, a sharp late breaking slider. No chance for Encarnacion.
So it'll bring on the reigning National League Most Valuable Player, Albert Pujols. He had a rip. He fouls it straight back. Pujols coming off a year which he hit .330 with 41 homers, 117 RBIs. Lieber jumps in front of him 0-2, and John Lieber is jumping in front of every hitter thus far, and he has been impressive here in the first inning. Can he strike out the side? The fans think so. They're already on their feet. 0-2 to Pujols with 2 outs. Wide, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pujols, the only player in Major League history to hit 30 or more home runs in his first 5 years in the major leagues. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Youngest player in Major League history to reach 200 career homers. He's only 26 years old. Ooh, just missed the inside corner. It's a full count to Albert Pujols.
That was close. He had him looking away, and then tries to throw that fastball in and just missed.
Lofted foul, and still 3-2 to Albert Pujols.
The thing about Pujols, with all his power and all his run production, he still hits for a good average. He's got a good eye at the plate.
He is a career .332 hitter. Popped him up. Foul. Is it playable? Nope.
Well, one thing you hope doesn't happen. You hope you don't lose your starter today. And the Rangers starting right now.
It is?
Yep. Umbrellas are coming out.
Oh, no. 3-2 to Pujols. Works a walk. So Pujols aboard with 2 outs for Jim Edmonds. Edmonds coming off a good spring, in which he had .424. He's a 4-time All-Star.
And this is one of the guys, one of the keys for Lieber, I think, is to contain Edmonds and keep him in the park. He's got 5 career home runs against Lieber at .375 average.
Line drive hit to right field, going all the way to the corner. Bobby Abreu chases it down. Pujols being waved around. There'll be a throw to the plate, but way late. Pujols scores on the throw. Edmonds goes to third. And the Cardinals have jumped to a 1-0 lead here in the first inning on the RBI double by Jim Edmonds.
A ball that kicked down in the corner, kicked away from Bobby Abreu. You see Lieber trying to come inside, but got the ball down and back over the plate. But this is where it takes a bad bounce. If it doesn't hit that little cement part there, Bobby's going to be on it. And I don't think they'd be able to score Pujols.
So the Cardinals have scored here in the first inning, and here is Scott Rowland. Rowland, an injury-plagued season last year. Had a good spring. He hit .327. Rookie of the year for the Phils in '97. 4-time All-Star. Looks at a strike.
The Phillies came back with another Rookie of the Year last year, and that man, Ryan Howard.
1 ball and 1 strike. Game underway. We are playing in a light rain.
See a number of games that Rowland missed last year with that shoulder injury.
Loops a foul, first base side out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This is his career average of 284. A lot of home runs and 859 ribbies.
Oops, a foul. And of course, an excellent third baseman, 6-time Gold Glover.
Guy who replaced him last year, Abraham Nunez, now with the Phillies.
Fouls it out of play.
Abraham might have dropped down a little bit on that slider, got under it, put that ball in the middle of the plate. Almost, I think, a backup slider, which you don't really want, but it can be effective. The hitter's thinking slider, sees slider, and doesn't break.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Scott Rowland.
Very close fastball down and away, just off the plate.
That's where Lieberthal set up, but it was wide, and he struck him out. So Lieber ends up striking out the side, but the Cards score a run on 1 hit and 1 left. After 1/2, St. Louis 1. Phil's coming to bat.
Let's get the season started.
Our exclusive Beechwood aging produces a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability you'll find in no other beer.
From the very beginning, it has been good to be smart. And today, it still is good to be smart. So it makes sense, doesn't it, that people would want a smart car? A car with remarkably clever design and the very latest in technology. But most of all, wouldn't people want a car whose smartest feature is that it's just so well made? Well, we think so. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
J-Roll extends his hitting streak in a big way. Out of here. Ground ball base hit. Jimmy Rollins has hit safely in 32 consecutive games, an all-time Phillies record.
Ground ball in the hole, a base hit, Jimmy Rollins. 36 game hitting streak.
Jimmy Rollins carries his 36 game hitting streak into this 2006 season, trying to extend it. And he will lead off for the Phils. Hitting the streak, 9th longest streak in Major League history. 379 is average. What a way he finished the 2005 season, trying to start it again here in 2006. Chris Carpenter delivers low, 1-0.
Some kind of spring for Chris Carpenter, a 2-0 record in 6 starts with a 0.68 earned run average.
Rollins pops it foul, and a long run for everybody. Eckstein, did he catch that ball?
Wow.
Yes, he did. What a great play by David Eckstein in foul ground for out number 1.
Scott Rowland giving a chase, but right behind him is Eckstein, and he went in there and hit that little curve, that cement block down at the bottom of the fence. Guess he's okay. Boy, what a play.
So that really gives the pitcher a lift. J-Roll retired in his first at bat, and they'll bring on Abraham Nunez. Nunez, who filled in for Scott Rowland last year for the Cardinals. Coming over to the Phillies as a free agent. He had 285 last year. Hit 225 this spring. Grounded to second base. Gobbled up by Miles. And that's 2 down. Phillies starting lineup for opening day is brought to you by Budweiser. Jimmy Rollins shortstop. Abraham Nunez third base. Bobby Abreu right field. Chase Utley second base, Pat Burrell left field, Ryan Howard first base, Aaron Rowan center field, Mike Lieberthal catching, John Lieber pitching, facing 29-year-old Chris Carpenter coming off his Cy Young Award-winning season. He went 21-5 last year with a 2.83 ERA, and his road record was 12-1.
Talked about those numbers in spring training. He was outstanding and just carried over from last year to the spring. 2 pitches and 2 outs. The first 2 hitters. Bobby up there taking a few pitches.
As Bobby will do, he sees a lot of pitches. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bobby Abreu.
Phil's have good numbers against Carpenter in his career. 3-2. He's 3-2 against him, but he's got a 5.56 ERA in 7 starts.
And Bobby Abreu gets the Phillies' first hit of 2006. Bobby, one of them. He is now 12 for 21 against Chris Carpenter. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contested today is Nancy Gerhardt of Quakertown, Pennsylvania. The Phillies hit a home run this game. Nancy wins $100 to enter the McDonald's home run jackpot. Visit your participating McDonald's for an entry form. Here's Chase Utley hitting .278 in the spring with 5 homers and 12 RBIs. Good production after joining the club for the World Baseball Classic USA team. Abreu first base, 2 down. 1 ball and no strikes.
Last year, the Phils against Carpenter in 2 starts. 9 1/3 innings. The Phils had 15 hits off him and 11 earned runs. He's a 10.61 ERA in those 2 starts, but he was 1-0.
High towering fly ball to right field. Juan Encarnacion waits and puts it away, and that'll be it for the Phils here in the first. No runs, a hit, 1 left. After 1, St. Louis 1, the Phils nothing.
Hi. Can I help you?
Yes, you know, I can't find my ATM card. I know you're not open yet, but I've got to make this deposit today, and I'm late for work, and
I can take care of that for you. I'll make the deposit and just send you the receipt from the transaction.
Great, thanks. You're a doll. I love it.
Nothing is more powerful than the truth, and the truth is more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Chevy Impala has more standard horsepower and better V6 fuel economy than Camry. Qualified lessees can get a low-mileage lease on an 06 Impala LT for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. On my TV.
You're my family.
It's CBS 3.
We love you guys.
I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. I'm watching 3 now.
I look forward to watching you every night. You just look like a one big family. I love you.
Beasley's and me. He's a 3 watcher.
I'm a 3 watcher. I'm a 3 watcher. Be a 3 watcher now.
I'm tired of eating all this junk at night.
Over here.
All right, punch it.
Late night cravings? Wendy's makes everything fresh, like our classic hamburgers, till 1 a.m. or later.
It's good to be nocturnal.
Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right.
Aaron Rowland in center field, the Phillies' new center fielder. You see the raindrops falling around him, and we move to the second inning with the Cardinals leading at 1-0, and so Taguchi leads it off. Taguchi spent 10 years in the Japan Professional League before coming to the United States. At 288 last year for St. Louis. He has faced John Lieber once and homered off him. Gucci this spring hit just 236. 2 balls and a strike. Fly ball right field. Bobby Abreu has it lined up, and that's one down here in the second inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority. The Phillies may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies. There's Yadier Molina, the catcher. He had a great spring at 421.
Somebody else wants to come down.
Molina, young receiver, just 23 years of age, out of Puerto Rico, 4th round draft pick in the 2000 draft.
Lieber right in the middle of his windup, and Molina called time. Jerry Crawford gave it to him.
Line drive into right center. Bobby Abreu is there, makes the catch in front of the warning track, and that's 2 down. It'll bring on Aaron Miles. Miles came over from the Colorado Rockies along with outfielder Larry Bigby, who has been placed on the disabled list by the St. Louis Cardinals. Got those 2 players for Ray King, the pitcher. 1 strike, or 1 ball rather, to Aaron Miles. Miles, a 29-year-old. Good use of the rally towels besides waving for a Phillies rally.
Coming in handy.
Two balls and a strike to Aaron Miles. Lieber will tell you he should have caught that. In fact, he kind of pounds his glove after the ball got by him. It'll be a base hit for Miles, who is a 2-out base runner. And if nothing else, it turns the lineup over as Chris Carpenter comes to the plate.
I think Lieber had a chance for this ball. He just didn't get his glove down. The ball was hit fairly sharp. The ball, I think, agreed. He would have said he should have had.
Carpenter, not much of a hitting pitcher, lifetime an .080 hitter. One strike to Chris Carpenter. Ball and a strike. Bouncing ball chopped to Nunez at third. That'll be all for St. Louis here in the second. No runs, a hit. They leave one. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Phils nothing.
Southwest Airlines is not just for short flights anymore. We're taking low fares farther with more long-distance nonstops out of Philadelphia.
You are now free to move about the country.
0% financing is back. From now until April 3rd, get 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, make no monthly payments until October on our full lineup of Jeep vehicles, which can save you up to $8,000 on the new Jeep Commander with 3 rows of stadium seating, the 5-star safety-rated Grand Cherokee, and Jeep Liberty, the best-selling SUV in its class. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. But hurry, offer only extended through April 3rd.
From the very beginning, it has been good to be smart. And today, it still is good to be smart. So it makes sense, doesn't it, that people would want a smart car? A car with remarkably clever design and the very latest in technology. But most of all, wouldn't people want a car whose smartest feature is that it's just so well made? Well, we think so. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
After 1.5 innings, it's 1-0 St. Louis on our opening day telecast here on CBS 3. And Beasley Reese has joined us from CBS 3. Beasley is out near left field where we have a little bit of change in the fences. Beasley, how you doing?
Yeah, that's right, Harry. I'm in probably one of the best seats in the house. Now, there used to be 2 rows in front of me. They moved it back about 5 feet, this wall, and moved it up 2 feet 6 inches. So we lost some prime seating, but the pitchers will sleep better at night. Harry, back to you.
All right, thank you, Beasley. You're sitting right behind those flowers. Pick a flower for me, will you? Great to have Beasley with us on opening day 2006. Pat Burrell leads off. Burrell had a good spring, hit .306 with a couple of home runs. He's 4 for 15 lifetime against Chris Carpenter, and 3 of his 4 hits have been home runs. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One thing with that fence being moved back a little bit and being raised, and that's definitely, we saw some balls go in the flower beds last year. We won't see that as much.
Carpenter gets Burrell as he goes down swinging. The first strikeout for Carpenter. He'll bring on Rookie of the Year Ryan Howard.
Well, Carpenter just got good stuff. There's a good little cut fastball, and that's one of his best pitches. He's got a great curveball. But you get some movement on the fastball and you throw it in that spot, you're going to have a lot of success, and he has had a lot of success the last couple of years. 36 and 10 over the last 2 years.
Those are his 2 years spent with the Cardinals. He was originally drafted in the first round by Toronto in '93. Went to the Cardinals December of '02. Missed a year because of injuries. Lifetime, he's 185 and lost 60 in the major leagues. Falls behind Ryan Howard here, 2-0.
Howard, a towering drive yesterday off the left hander that Francona brought in, and where that ball hit the top of the steps in that upper bullpen.
His 11th spring home run. And exhibition league players and homers with 11 and knocked in 23. Had a great spring. Knocked down by Carpenter, recovers in ample time to throw out Ryan Howard for out number 2. Gonna bring on Aaron Rowan.
Southwest Airlines scouting report on Chris Carpenter. As I said, the cut fastball, probably his best pitch, but also an excellent curveball, and he'll mix in a change. I think that last pitch to Howard was a changeup.
Carpenter, 29 years of age, out of Manchester, New Hampshire. One ball and no strikes. Rowan finished the spring hitting .261 after getting off to a very slow start. He really came on at the end of spring. At .270 for the world champion Chicago White Sox last year. Coming over the Jim Thome deal. Thome homered for the White Sox in the first game of the 2006 season last night when the White Sox beat Cleveland in a game that was delayed almost 3 hours because of rain at Chicago. They finally finished that game this morning at 1:10 a.m. Chicago time.
Man. Not how you want opening day to go.
No, really. Especially if you lose.
Yeah.
But they do have an off day today. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Rowan. All of out of play, still 2-2.
See Carpenter using that little spike pad on the back of the mound, and that's a little problem. When spikes get wet and then you get on the dirt, it creates some mud in your spikes.
That was foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rowan. We're in the bottom of the second. St. Louis with a 1-0 lead. You see the muddy spikes. The ground foul. Rowan's making Carpenter throw pitches here.
It just cakes up in there, and that's one thing as a pitcher, you get a little tentative at times when you go to land. You worry about your foot slipping a little bit.
Loft in the air to deep right center field, and this ball is off the base of the fence. Rowan rounding second. He'll hold there with a long double to right center field.
Well, I thought Rowan was going to try and take third, and it would not have been a wise decision. He came around second. He was going hard, but decided, let me put on the brakes. And a wise idea as they got the ball off the fence pretty quick. He gets a pitch middle of the plate, drives it. That ball probably would have been a home run yesterday with the way the wind was. You see Edmonds get the ball in a hurry. 30 doubles last year for Aaron Rowan.
And it brings on Mike Lieberthal. Lieberthal hit .265 this spring. One ball and no strikes.
Tell you what's amazing, Tony La Russa, a lot of confidence in Chris Carpenter and his pitching. He had 0 intentional walks last year. You just got to wonder in situations where you would think, you know, maybe you're going to pitch around him or just put him on, but he didn't.
1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Carpenter last year went through a stretch where in 16 straight starts he did not lose a game. Won 13 of them.
Some kind of year for him.
Bouncing ball tapped in the hole. There's Scott Rowland to cut it off and throws out Mike Lieberthal, and that'll be it for the Phils. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. And at the end of 2, the Cardinals 1 and the Phillies nothing.
This year, every partial season ticket package includes Red Sox or Yankees games. Don't say we didn't warn you.
In leadership, no word is more important than trust. You can trust Chevy, the brand more Americans choose.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Chevy has more SUVs that offer both OnStar and StabiliTrak together than anyone else. Qualified lessees can get a low-mileage lease on an 06 Trailblazer LS 4-wheel drive for around $229 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
Introducing the Sea-Doo Film Series. It's a whole new way to look at boats, and almost as fun as being on one of ours. Dive in at SeaDooFilms.com. Hurry in for special Sea-Doo offers now.
Coming up after the game, CBS 3 Eyewitness News. Join Larry Menti, Alicia Lane, meteorologist Kathy Orr, sports director Beasley Reese. Stay tuned for CBS 3 Eyewitness News after the game. Well, the ground crew has been called out here at Citizens Bank Park to do some doctoring to the mound. As we saw in the previous half inning, Chris Carpenter was having problems with his spikes getting all muddied up, and so Jerry Crawford has called the ground crew out. Jerry Crawford, an outstanding umpire, the plate arbiter today. And what's he doing without long sleeves?
I wonder a little bit about that.
John Lieber taking his warm-up tosses. Our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, the Mets home opener against the Washington Nationals, and they have a 3-2 lead in the 8th inning. David Wright has hit a home run for New York. Tom Glavine started that game for the Mets. John Lieber has surrendered a run after striking out the first 2 batters of this game. A walk to Albert Pujols and then an RBI double by Jim Edmonds, and that has been the scoring thus far.
Last 10 opening days, win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. Hopefully that trend will not continue.
Right. The win last year against those Washington Nationals, so Bill's trying to make it 2 in a row. And David Eckstein will lead off. He was called out on strikes his first time up. John Lieber ready to go here in the 3rd. One strike to Eckstein.
See, Eckstein really choked up on that bat control.
Line drive right at Jimmy Rollins. So Eckstein is retired. It'll bring on Juan Encarnacion. Encarnacion struck out his first time up. One ball and one strike to Encarnacion. Ground ball in the hole. Nice diving grab. Nunez throws him out. Fine play by Abraham Nunez. Diving to his left for out number 2. If Rollins fielded that ball, he wouldn't have had much of a shot.
He wouldn't have had him, even as good as strong as Jimmy's arm is. But see how much deeper he is. Encarnacion would have beat that ball out. A great play by Abraham, diving, popping up in a hurry, and a strong throw. That's just a terrific play. Pitchers love that. He loves those guys making plays behind him like that, and that's what Lieber counts on.
Here's Pujols. He walked and scored a run his first time up. Chase the high fastball. 2 strikes to Pujols. Just got a piece of it.
We gotta get our food.
Pujols has led the league in runs scored the last 3 years. In 2003, led the league in hitting at 359. Driven to deep left field, and this ball is out of here. Albert Pujols with a home run, and it's now 2-0 St. Louis here in the 3rd. Hit 41 up last year in his MVP year. He's a remarkable young talent. The numbers he has put together in 5 years. This is 6 in the major leagues.
He wanted that ball in a little bit more than that. Obviously, just didn't get it in there. He got it up where he wanted.
Jim Edmonds fouls one back and out of play. Edmonds doubled to drive in the Cardinals' first run. Here's Albert Pujols. Two balls and a strike. Three and one to Jim Edmonds.
Pujols and Edmonds, between them, great numbers against Lieber. Pujols hitting .357 with two home runs coming in now, another home run. Pujols, I should say. Edmonds with 5 home runs off him and a .375 clip.
Collectively, this lineup hitting just over .300 against John Lieber. 3-2 to Edmonds. Scott Rowland waiting on deck. Grounded sharply, but at Utley. Chase will take care of Edmonds. That'll retire the side with the Cards add a run on Albert Pujols' home run. One hit. Nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third. St. Louis 2, Phillies nothing.
0% financing is back. From now until March 31st, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payment until October on every Dodge truck, minivan, and SUV, which can save you up to $10,000 in interest. Save on Ram Mega Cab with the world's largest cab. Save on Durango with available 8-passenger seating and the 5-star rated Grand Caravan with exclusive stow and go. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. Hurry, offers only extended through April 3rd.
When you can't eat my husband's cooking, there's really something wrong with you. I had colon cancer, and I sat around for 6 months, but I did one thing really smart. I went to Jeff. And when no one else gave me much of a chance, I've been cancer-free for 8 years. I can't stop telling everyone what Jefferson did for me. So maybe I should cool it over dinner. I'm doing fine, thanks to all my guys and Jeff.
See what Jeff can do for you. Call 1-800-JEFF now.
This is the Ford 500. Not just the safest car in its class, but the safest car on the road. It delivers power and 29 miles per gallon with an interior that offers best-in-class passenger room and spacious seating for 5. Plus the peace of mind of our 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Proof it's in a class by itself. Now buy a Ford 500 for around $20,000 plus get a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Protection, style, safety. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. Call 1-800-JEFF now. By the new Ford Fusion. Experience life in drive. And by Budweiser. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. John Lieber leads it off for the Phils. Lieber, lifetime 147 hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. Cardinals with a 2-0 lead here in the 3rd inning. 2 balls and no strikes to Lieber. Got that one over. Lieber taking all the way. 2-1. Two balls and 2 strikes. Lieber is rung up. That'll be the 2nd strikeout for Carpenter. 1 down here in the 3rd. Brings on Jimmy Rollins, who fouled out his first time up on a great diving catch by David Eckstein. Foul ground.
Rollins did it going after the first pitch, that first at bat. In fact, Rollins and Nunez swung at the first pitch. Carpenter had 2 outs after 2 pitches.
1 ball and no strikes to J-Roll. Trying to keep that 36-game hitting streak going, and a line drive, but it's going to hang up right at center fielder Jim Edmonds. He hit it on the nose, but at Edmonds for out number 2, and it'll bring on Abraham Nunez. Our Geico quote of the day:
It's fun to talk about. I'm definitely excited, and I feel blessed to be in this position. I'm not shying away from it. Of course, I have to get a hit first.
That's our Geico quote of the day. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Nunez grounded out his first time up. Off-speed pitch for a called strike. 0-2. Bounce that one up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes to Abraham Nunez. And it's a full count out of Nunez. Two outs, no base runners here in the bottom of the 3rd. That's going to be a hit to left field, going all the way back to the corner. Taguchi gives chase. Nunez on his way to second with a stand-up double. So Nunez, a 2-out base runner for Bobby Abreu.
Nice piece of hitting by Nunez, and Taguchi got over there in a hurry, but that ball skipped on the grass. A good pitch by Carpenter. Sometimes you just give the hitters credit, and you got to give Nunez credit on that. Watch this ball skip, and no chance right there. Once it hit that grass, that wet grass, no chance for Taguchi to cut it off and possibly keep him to a single. 13 doubles last year for Nunez.
Abreu got the Phillies' first hit. He singled his first time up. 1 ball and no strikes. As good a numbers as Bobby Abreu has against Chris Carpenter, Carpenter may just pitch around him here. Bobby now 12 for 21 lifetime against Carpenter. Gave him a breaking ball, and he got the inside corner with it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chase Utley waits on deck. Line drive, but that's right at Pujols. So the Phillies hit a couple of balls right on the nose, but right at fielders here in the 3rd. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. Scott Graham and Chris Wheeler come your way in the 4th inning after 3. It's the Cardinals 2 and the Phils nothing.
Have a beer with anybody, who would it be?
Anybody?
Yeah.
April 15th, 1947. On this location, the American landscape changed forever.
Jackie Robinson joins the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Jackie Roosevelt Robinson became the first African-American in the modern era to play baseball in the major league. Jackie rose above the abuse on and off the field. He fought back with courage. Here's to you, Jackie.
Did you see Jackie Robinson hit that ball?
Nothing is more powerful than the truth, and the truth is more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Check out Chevy Cobalt LS with an EPA estimated 34 highway miles per gallon. Qualified lessees can lease an 06 Cobalt Coupe LS for around $149 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
So, why did I switch from Comcast to Verizon Business DSL? Well, let's start with the price. That is low. What else? It's fast, and I get options like unlimited remote dial-up access, so I'm in touch, even on the road. Look at it all. Comcast can't match it. Can't match this either, or this.
Switch to Verizon Business DSL for as low as $31.95 a month. Call 1-866-YES-TO-DSL today.
No brainer.
Did you know your favorite Phillies hangout is open 2.5 hours before every game? That's right. The food and fun start early at Ashburn Alley with special early bird concession deals every homestand. So beat the traffic. Come early to Ashburn Alley only at Citizens Bank Park. Let's take out to Beasley Reese, who's out at Ashburn Alley right now.
All right, thanks a lot. This is the place where you'll see a lot of partying in the future. They'll have a mechanical bull, inflatable pools where people will get in. Just people doing crazy fun stuff like you can see these people right here having a great time. This guy right here says every time he tries to do something stupid, it rains. So you can blame this guy for the rain. Back to you.
Well, maybe it is indeed his fault. Who knows? All part of the festivities of opening day, and you can see it out there, Ashburn Alley, right up on the rooftop, where there'll be rooftop Thursdays all year long. Scott Rowland leading it off, and that 2-0 pitch hit into left field for a base hit. Well, John Lieber gives up his 4th hit of the afternoon.
That's Scott Rowland getting his normal reception here in Philadelphia, but that time that pitch was up a little bit from John Lieber, and he just smoked it in the left field. Rowland coming back after a really serious shoulder injury.
Well, we know him, and we know how determined he can be, how tough he can be, but last year it was just too much. He had to shut it down and actually ended up having 2 separate surgeries on that shoulder last season. A little bit too tight to So Taguchi.
It was Hisap Joy he ran into, right?
It was Hisap Joy, yep.
Yeah. You know, you watch that replay over and over, and it wasn't like it was one of those violent collisions, but he was off balance. Choi's a huge guy like Rowland is, and he just injured himself.
There he goes on the pitch, and Taguchi hits it hard. Is it fair? If it is, it's gone. It's a foul ball. Hooking all the way down that left field line. Taguchi really got into that one, but he was just a little bit out in front.
Well, they're playing hit and run there. As Scott said, Rowland's running on the play. Now Taguchi has to swing because it's a hit and run. And luckily, the pitch was far enough inside that he hooked it foul.
Tony La Russa, manager, likes to play a lot of hit and run. He'll use the squeeze quite a bit.
Tony La Russa, Scott's an American League guy who, when he came over to the National League, just fell in love with this style of play because he's a baseball guy. I mean, he really enjoys the intricacies of the game, the little things that win a game, moving runners along, and there he is right there. I mean, the guy is a baseball lifer.
Keeping an eye on Rowland. I don't know that you're going to see him going in a straight steal very often. That may have been a look to feel out whether they had another hit and run on with a 2-1 count.
Yeah, and this is a count that you would play hit and run, and that's the idea, to throw over there and see if there's a flinch.
Toyota out of town scoreboard. Kurt Schilling throwing a shutout. Now an opportunity potentially for 2 with a quick turn. Not going to get it. They do get the lead runner. Rowland went barreling into Chase Utley, but the ball was softly enough hit, so it was going to be tough to turn 2 anyway.
That's a second baseman's nightmare. As you say, a slowly hit ball like that, knowing Rowland's coming at you, because he is a torpedo going into second base. Here it is. Utley's trying, but I mean, that's a 250-pound guy coming at you that hard. I don't know if he's 250, maybe 235, but big. They ask him, go down and visit him, and what do you weigh? It's none of your business.
That's probably the answer you're going to get. Yadier Molina, the hitter now, with 1 man down, and Taguchi right there at first base.
A Rowland reply would be something like, well, why do you want to know that? Why does that concern you? Never mind.
It's a piece of work. Let's pause now for station identification.
You're watching KYWTV DT, Philadelphia.
Molina taking a look at his strike. 0-1 the count to this youngster. Remember, he's still only 23 years old, and he had a very good season for the Cardinals, playing in 114 games behind the dish last year.
Well, he made it so they could let Matheny go, who's a heck of a catcher.
They're going to be looking for a step forward out of him this year, more offensively than defensively. He showed that he had the ability to do the job defensively, and he has got a howitzer of a right arm from behind the plate. See, a product of Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Played in the World Baseball Classic for the Puerto Rican national team.
He's from a family of catchers.
And this time he uses the other side of the field. Bobby Abreu onto it quickly. That's going to hold Taguchi at second base. But a pair of hits for the Cardinals now here in the 4th inning.
Well, Scott's talking about him giving them some more offense. If he hits that way, he'll give him more offense, because that looked like a breaking ball away, and he hit it in that spot.
Lieber thrown a fair number of pitches here just in the 4th inning of this ball game. And now he's got to get through the number 8 hitter, Aaron Miles. Miles had a bouncing base hit back through the box his first time up. We were talking over in radio. He seems to be, on certain pitches, choked up a little bit more than we remember seeing him last year. And you mentioned, yeah, I guess a spring around David Eckstein, that might have been it.
It could be. I mean, and that's the way a guy like this size should play.
Trying to bunt his way on it, bunts it foul.
I mean, some guys are small. They shouldn't just say his size, but his ability should play, because some guys are small and they have power. They're going to drive the ball in the gaps more. They're going to hit home. Jimmy Rollins is an example of that.
Marcus Giles?
Marcus Giles. Joe Morgan, probably the #1 guy I could think of. But in Miles, in Aaron Miles' case, I mean, he is a guy that needs to do those kind of things to be successful.
Last year a .281 hitter for the Rockies. Lieber trying to work his way out here and misses down low with ball 2.
He was really sharp early in the ball game. He seems to be getting more pitches elevated in the last inning or two, and he's gotten hurt a little bit.
Rich Doobie, a watchful eye. That pitch count creeps up towards 70.
That's really high for Lieber this fast, and that's typical of the Cardinals, the way they work a pitcher.
That 2-1 hit hard. All kinds of trouble. Rowan can't get there, and it's bouncing all the way back to the fence. 1 run's going to score. They're waving Molina around, and he's going to score. And into third base with a 2-run triple is Aaron Miles. And the Cardinals have doubled their lead. It's now a 4-0 game here in the 4th inning. At wet grass, it looked like the ball just took off under the glove of Aaron Rowan.
Yeah, it surprised him. It almost looked like AstroTurf the way that it took off. The grass really wet, and he thinks he has it cut off right there, did Rowan, and then the ball took off. What happened, I think, was he took an angle towards it like he thought he was going to catch it for a long time, and then he wasn't able to stop it from going to the wall. But that was a nice piece of hitting, too, by Aaron Miles, what we were just talking about. You know, you do the things that you're capable of doing. That pitch was away. He took it that way.
So he stands at third. Conference going on at the mound right now as Doobie tries to settle John Lieber back in. And by the way, this is classic time. If you look into that dugout, that Tony La Russa potentially could call for a squeeze. That said, now you're playing a chess game, and he tries to outguess the other manager who's trying to outguess him.
Yeah, oh yeah, he likes this kind of stuff.
So he's going to play the infield in here. And Carpenter right through the drawn-in infield is going to make this a 5-0 game. Hard hit ball by Chris Carpenter. And frustration now on the Phillies side as they trail it by 5 here in the home opener.
Cardinals showing you right out of the chute why they won 100 games last year and why they've been in postseason play. They're doing a lot of things right. I mean, that right there, they may be thinking, the Phillies may be thinking what you were, a possible squeeze, let's throw a strike. But, you know, I mean, Carpenter just ripped that for a base hit. But they've done a lot of things in this inning, hitting the ball where it was pitched.
Well, the 4th career run batted in for Chris Carpenter. Well, back to the top of the order now, but the Phillies are in a 5-run hole. And that one over the glove of a leaping Jimmy Rollins. Broken bat. And a flare just over Jimmy's outstretched glove. So this 4th inning, nothing going right for the home team.
Phillies have the bullpen up. I think it's Santana out there right now. That's with the infield. They're cheating for a double play there. So Jimmy Rollins is halfway. and he just can't get up enough to catch that little humpback liner. 2 outs, he catches that ball because he's playing deeper.
And that is Julio Santana. And warm in a hurry here in this 4th inning. Here's Encarnacion now. A little piece of that one. Strike 1, Encarnacion.
Well, you think about whether that was a double play ball or not, but Rolen going hard into second made sure that it wasn't. Maybe, you know, 2 outs, nobody on base, you pitch a little differently, you get out of the inning. Just little things like that.
Encarnacion drills one to center field. Rowan cuts this one off in time. But they are going to hold the runners, and now at second base, not quite. Jimmy Rollins wasn't looking back behind at second, but he finally turned around to try to get Eckstein to throw just an eyelash too late.
Yeah, he thought that the runner was going to third then, definitely, and it was too late, as you say. They held Carpenter at third. They didn't want to run him into any potential contact.
So a bases loaded situation now.
Now they might just be stalling to make a pitching change.
That's what it looks like, although I'll tell you what, it's not ideal to bring a pitcher into a bases loaded situation in a ball game like this. And Lieber is really struggling. That is 5 straight base hits.
They're trying to get a signal from the bullpen right now to get a cap tip out there, and it looks like
I don't know that he's ready.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready because they want to make a change, but Rich Doobie keeps doffing his cap down there in the dugout, but he's not getting the reply that he wants.
And a tough customer standing in. Albert Pujols homered his last time up, and Charlie Manuel's going to pull the plug right now. Last time up, Pujols turned on a ball, hit it well out in left field.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get a fastball into him, Scott, and didn't get it anywhere near in enough, and see you later.
Well, pat on the back for John Lieber from Charlie Manuel, but certainly not the way that Lieber wanted it to go here this afternoon. We've got a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. 75 pitches on the day. 5 earned runs on 9 hits for Lieber. And he will leave this one on the losing end of a 5-0 score. Pitching change in the 4th. We'll be back at Citizens Bank Park in just a moment.
Enjoy every inning of every game when the Phils take on the Washington Nationals April 18th through the 20th, all at 7:05. Order now.
0% financing is back. From now until April 3rd, get 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, make no monthly payments until October on Chrysler minivans and Pacificas, which can save you up to $7,000 on the 5-star safety-rated Town & Country, with exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage, and Chrysler Pacifica with over 92 cubic feet of cargo space. Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. But hurry, offer only extended through April 3rd.
Time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan forum section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, who was the last Phillies pitcher to earn a win against St. Louis on opening day? Now the answer is going to be revealed in the 7th inning. I'm not giving you any hints.
I'd rather be Stump the Fan. We used to have to do those in here, and you really sound stupid.
Larry Anderson didn't sound stupid.
No,
Larry Anderson got them all right.
Yeah, well, somebody was feeding them to him.
I was incorrectly charged with doing that.
You worked at that a little bit.
So Lieber takes a seat, and now Julio Santana, who signed as a free agent back in November, will get his welcome to Philadelphia. And how about this as a welcome? Bases loaded, 1 out, and Albert Pujols at the plate.
Yeah, this is not a fun spot to come into.
Already had a 1-0 count. Now it's 2 balls and no strikes to Pujols. Santana spent last year with Milwaukee. 41 games in the big leagues last season. 3-5 record, a 4.5 earned run average. All of his work out of the bullpen. He's in a big spot. Boy, could he use a ground ball. Ooh, not that. Out in front of it. That was a laser down that left field line.
Somehow you just figured he was going to get a good swing. 2-0. What a spot to come into. 1-0, then go to 2-0, and then have to throw Albert Pujols a strike. Nowhere to put him. Fastball down the middle, and thankfully he got out front.
First man in Major League history to have 30+ home runs. Oh my God, they say.
Well, we're glad he's on our side.
Yeah. 30+ home runs his first 5 seasons in the big leagues. He's still only 26 years old.
Doesn't swing him many bad balls either. I mean, here he is running another deep count.
Edmonds waiting behind him on deck, but he is going to get a pitch to hit right now. The 3-1 pitch. Tried to. Ended up hitting underneath it and foul down the left side. Well, the count goes to 3-2 now to Albert Pujols.
He's really firing that hip out right now too, looking for something middle, and watch how quickly he opens up. Oh, he just got under that one.
That's a swing trying to hit the ball to harry the K's up above the upper deck. There's the numbers with the bases loaded for Pujols' lifetime. The payoff pitch on the way from Santana. Got a lot of that one. Rowan on the run is going to run it down. It will score a run. And everybody else moves up. Pujols just missing on a possible grand slam as Santana keeps him in the park, but now it's a 6-0 game.
Yeah, kind of cold, raw, rainy day, or this is a grand slam home run. I mean, Albert Pujols hit the heck out of that thing, and it just died on the warning track.
And Rowan showing good recognition. What center field is about for a guy who's only played 2 exhibition games here.
And the base running there by Encarnacion is probably a good play. I mean, he tags up and goes to second, but that opens up first base, and with the left-handed hitter Edmonds up, they'll walk him and deal with Roland, the right-handed hitter, who started this inning with, seemed kind of innocently, with a single to left.
And they've batted around. It'll now be +1 as Edmund gets his intentional walk. And run, of course, charged to the record of John Lieber. Edmonds taking first base now. And it will once again be Scott Rowland. But then again, if you listen carefully, you knew that.
Either Rowland or Chipper Jones.
J.D. Drew.
J.D. Drew, yeah, there's another one.
One ball and no strikes to Rowland. Product, as you remember pretty well, of Jasper, Indiana. That one is deep. And that one is gone. Grand slam home run, Scott Rowland. And this is now incredibly a 10-0 ball game here on opening day at Citizens Bank Park.
We talked over on radio that Rowland had to hit a home run in spring training, and they thought, well, it might take a little while for his power to come along. Well, that ball's right down the middle, and he killed it. Well, that has to feel really good to him. 2 hits in the inning. There it is. I mean, that's a breaking ball, a hanger, and he hits it way out. And this crowd came in here so loud and crazy here this afternoon. This inning's kind of taking them out.
That's 10-0. That's going to take you out of it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Those 8-run innings will do that. Here it is. It's a hanging, spinning, breaking ball, and way out.
Celebrating going on down there as the Cardinals comfortably in front here in just the 4th inning of the ball game. Remember, early in Roland's career, it took a long time for him to hit his first grand slam. And Seguchi just keeps the parade on coming. Burrow with a juggle of that wet ball, and Taguchi's going to make it easily into second for a double. This is just simply not pretty right now.
No, they can't stop this. The Cardinals are really a good offensive team, but they're just pouring it on.
Taguchi aboard, still need one more out to get out of the inning. And here is Molina, who earlier this inning also singled, came around to score. The triple off the bat of Miles. Looks like he might be out of it. And Howard puts it away. But a nightmare of an inning for Phillies pitching. How about 8 runs on 8 hits? And the former Philly Scott Rowland capping it with a grand slam home run. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, Cards all over the Phils.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Can I help you?
Yes, you know, I can't find my ATM card. I know you're not open yet, but I've got to make this deposit today, and I'm late for work.
Okay.
And
I can take care of that for you. I'll make the deposit and just send you the receipt from the transaction.
Great, thanks. You're a doll. I love it.
0% financing is back. From now until April 3rd, get 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, make no monthly payments until October on Chrysler minivans and Pacificas, which can save you up to $7,000 on the 5-star safety-rated Town & Country, with exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage, and Chrysler Pacifica with over 92 cubic feet of cargo space. Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. But hurry, offer only extended through April 3rd.
Okay, guys, let's go to Jack's Candy Store. Ash Street is closed, so let's avoid the jam-out. Go right down Thompson, right on Pratt, and right on Richmond. Last one there's a rotten egg! Yeah!
Let's go to the roads. 2 jelly donuts for the Schuylkill. It's closed. Let's avoid the Jambo.
Bob Kelly, born to do traffic, only on Eyewitness News.
You got any jelly donuts?
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard. And by Southwest Airlines, with more flights to more places than ever before. Southwest is taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. Well, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Chase Utley will try to do that now with the Phils in a 10-0 hole here in the 4th inning on opening day. This Carpenter, an opportunity to really front one with a lead, and that foul ball make it 0-2 now on Utley. You take a look. Someone was here throwing out the first pitch before today's game. U.S. Olympian Kimmy Meisner. Coming off a championship performance. Coming off a terrific performance in a debut at the Olympics. And now an opportunity to join us here up in the booth after coming out and throwing out the first pitch here this afternoon. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
What was it like getting out there and throwing a pitch?
I was a little bit nervous. I was just trying to make it, and I figured I was going to bring the heat, so it felt good.
Well, considering the way everything's gone for the guys wearing Phillies uniforms right now, they may need you out there again, so don't go too far away.
I'm ready.
Here you go. Oh, she's got it all. Absolutely.
Right into Shane.
You weren't going to leave it short, were you?
No. Make sure it got there.
Let's go back and we'll start with, for starters, the Olympic experience, because that's everybody kind of focuses on that as a be-all, end-all kind of a thing. What was that like for you at such a young age, having such a good performance at the Olympics this year?
It was great. You know, I had a great time at the Olympics. It was an awesome experience. I just learned so much there, and I just had such a great time meeting all the other athletes and learning about some of the different sports. So it was a great way to, you know, do your first Olympics.
Is it hard not to be a little nervous in a situation like that?
You know, definitely the Olympics were pretty intense, and I was a little bit nervous going into some of my programs, but I felt good about it. I was mostly excited, so I think that helped me not to be too nervous. And then, you know, going into Worlds, I kind of knew what to expect in it. I wasn't nervous at all, so.
As it turned out, nothing to be nervous about in the Worlds, were there?
At the result, yeah.
Hey, you hear the legendary stories about what you kids go through with the practice involved. I mean, 4 o'clock in the morning. How much time do you work at this?
I actually train at the University of Delaware, so I usually spend about 3 hours on ice a day, and then I do about 2 hours of working out and just, you know, strength training. So I don't get up at any crazy hour, though. Any crazy hour to go to skating. I go to school before I skate, so I get out of school early.
Pat Burrell, the hitter here with 1 out. Yeah, I see baseball players go through an entire season. Long season is 6 months, and there are days when you just have to kind of kick yourself a little bit to actually do it. You know, you kind of dragging a little bit on a day. Does that happen to you?
That definitely happens to me sometimes. You know, I think everybody gets those days, but for me, it always helps if you can kind of remind yourself of what your goal is and what you really want to accomplish. It kind of helps get me through those kind of rough days. But yeah, I have those. My season was long this year, and there were some days where it was like, oh, I just don't want to do my program anymore. But
one of the things you hear about too, what you guys do, is how your family really has to commit to what you do. How important is that?
It's really important. If you don't have a good family support system, it's very hard to continue doing what you're doing. And my family's been great, though. They've given up so much for me, and they were all at the Olympics, so they were very excited to be there. And they're very supportive, and I just really love them. So I'm glad that they can help me out.
2-2 to Pat Burrell.
I think I was 16 years old. I was trying to find my chem lab. I mean, that was hard to do, let alone perform like you two in front. Like Scott mentioned, the pressure to perform in front of those people. And I mean, it's slippery down there.
Yeah, it can be slippery sometimes. Whoa.
I remember trying to put on a pair of figure skates. We used to skate a lot when we were kids. We always had hockey skates. I remember putting on the figure skate, that little chopper in the front.
Yeah, the toe pick.
Could hardly stand up.
I went to practice right before I came here, and I had a toe pick. I went down, I'll admit it. But yeah, that's probably the best thing. I had my dad, and he's a hockey player, and he went into a pair of figure skates, and that was the first thing he did. He hit the toe pick, went right down. It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, we always had the hockey skates, and I remember one time we had to go somewhere to a skating rink, and all they had were the figure skates. Yeah. And you talk about looking pathetic.
I probably wouldn't be able to go into a pair of hockey skates. I would go like right forward or something. I don't know. But
Burrell got a hold of that one, and it's going to go. That ball is gone. Home run, Pat Burrell. And the Phillies jump on a board and get a souvenir for a fan. The 10-1 ball game here in the 4th.
Nice going, Kimmy. You got us on the board here.
Nice. I'm glad.
Tell you what, keep scoring like this, you're going to have to stick around for a while. They ring the bell here at Citizens Bank Park.
What's a home run in comparison to something you do in figure skating?
A home run, I guess, is like doing a clean program.
With that home run, Nancy Gerhardt, Quakertown, has won $100 courtesy of the McDonald's home run jackpot. Howard, a bouncer right back, and very quickly Carpenter restores order. That's 2 down now here in the 4th inning.
So what's the future hold for you? Where do you go from here now?
Well, right now I'm just focusing. I have some shows coming up, actually, for the Champions on Ice Tour, and there's going to be some shows here in Philly. And we pretty much just go all over the East Coast and the West Coast, so no competitions yet until at least October.
Oh, that's a nice long break, isn't it?
Yeah, some nice, get some R&R.
Explain something. You have to maintain an amateur status. Is that true?
Yeah. In order to be an amateur, you know, so I can compete in the Olympics, it's pretty much just the difference between, like, you know, when you do shows, you get some money, but it's mostly just supposed to go towards your training. And I think professionals get it, and you can do what you want. But.
So, is there any free time to enjoy anything like, you know, coming out to a ball game or anything else in life like that?
Yeah, I definitely get some time. I'm pretty busy, but I have time on the weekends and at night sometimes. But I get out with my dad.
I was thinking about that with you sitting here watching Michelle Wee yesterday, who's 16 years old on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah.
And I mean, she talks about going to the movies and what records she likes and her iPod and those kind. I mean, you have a chance to be a normal kid.
Definitely. I mean, I think also, you know, going to school helps me. and I get a lot of social time there. But my brothers were all hockey players too, so I went to a lot of their games in my youth. So.
Your youth.
Yeah.
See Aaron Foltz warming up for the Phillies. If they get down to the spot, they will use a pinch hitter. If they don't get down to the spot here, still 2 away from the pitcher's spot, more than likely I would imagine you let Santana come out and work in the 5th. Carpenter touched up for a home run here in the 5th inning, or that 4th inning make that. It's still sitting on a 9-run lead. And Rowan. Nice play by Rowan to the backhand side. Low throw though, gets away.
That's
Very
unusual.
often. Yep.
Now you wonder, you know, things aren't quite right with Scott Rowland, because I mean, we've seen him make that play so many times, and in this case he really didn't get himself set, and he didn't get anything on the throw. Here's Rowan hitting it down. Now normally Rowland will stop, plant, and fire that ball to first base, and he one-hop pull holes.
A 6-time Gold Glove winner. I think he had it in his palm a little bit as he let go of it. It will be a base hit though. Infield single for Rowan. And now it's Lieberthal. And that one is hit in a left field for a base hit. So I would imagine, Wheels, we're going to get our first look at Dave Bellucci.
Yeah, they'll definitely bring somebody off the bench right now. It's going to be Alex Gonzalez. You know, you wonder about Carpenter too, Scott, you know, in this situation. You know, you get a 10-run lead, even though you're a Cy Young Award winner and you're a great pitcher. Sometimes it's really hard to maintain concentration, and he looks like he's starting to wander a little bit.
Is there a time when you're figure skating, Kimmy, that concentration does start to wander? You kind of got to whack yourself back into focus again?
Yeah, there's definitely times. The hardest time is actually right after you make a mistake. It's very hard to get your focus back and, you know, tell yourself, yeah, you can do the next jump, and, you know, get your confidence back up. So that's probably the hardest time. But I have some times where in practice I'll be doing my run-throughs, and I'll be halfway through it and I'll start thinking of something, and I'll just totally daydream while I'm doing my program. I don't know.
Hey, you know, one thing after watching you guys sometimes, I always wonder, how do you pick the music? How do you decide what you're going to skate to? And the big thing about your sport seems to be what you kids wear.
Yeah, our costumes are very big. Usually for me, I sit down with my choreographer and we just listen to music day after day. This year it took at least a week just to figure out my music, so some days it takes a lot longer. The dresses, I leave them up to my coach, and I have some say in it though.
There's Gonzalez. And a first opportunity right now for Gonzalez to impress the home crowd.
Did you ever do that pair skating?
You know, I did. I tried it for a summer once, and I really enjoyed myself doing it. I don't know, though. I think it takes a certain kind of person to do that.
Change speeds on him right there. And
we got to make sure your partner catches you, too.
Yeah,
right?
You got to have total faith in your partner. I personally like to just depend on myself.
Gonzalez was going for it, but got underneath it. And in the light rain, Eckstein gets called off it, and Taguchi does put it away to end the inning. So a run on 2 hits for the Phillies in the inning. Kimmy, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I had a great time.
Kimmy Meisner throughout the first pitch. This is where she is more well known. Out on the ice. We're going to the 5th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. St. Louis leads at 10-1.
Remember how great the last day of school was? That's what getting away on a Southwest Airlines Fun Fair feels like. These low fares to your favorite vacation spots coast to coast start at just $59. Book yours at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
From the very beginning, it has been good to be smart. And today, it still is good to be smart. So it makes sense, doesn't it, that people would want a smart car? A car with remarkably clever design and the very latest in technology. But most of all, wouldn't people want a car whose smartest feature is that it's just so well made? Well, we think so. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Gee, I had a really good time tonight.
How would you call tonight's date, Clyde?
Well, Keith, looks like Mr. Graybeard is about to strike out. Ooh, bruised and refused. Get that man our new Just for Men brushing gel. Its new formula penetrates tough gray.
5 easy minutes, hair looks natural.
It's a whole new ball game.
Here's the windup.
Ooh, the shy guy played. Home run! Another win with new True Color formula Just for Men.
This just in, an action-packed update exclusive. Free Jimmy Rollins knit beanie hats courtesy McDonald's at the Phillies College Night, April 20th. Details at phillies.com.
Special opening day for kids, courtesy of Verizon on Saturday, April 8th, 3:05 against the Dodgers. Children who wear their Phillies red could dance with a fanatic, announce the lineup, or present awards to Ryan Howard or Bobby Abreu. Plus, all fans 14 and under get a free Ryan Howard Grove chart. Order at phillies.com. Well, this light rain continues here on opening day, and Aaron Fultz will be the third Phillies pitcher to take the hill. Last year, a .224 earned run average. That was his career best. Opponents hit just a .186 off him last season. He did a good job in kind of bridging the gap in the Phillies bullpen. Back in that role once again here in 2006. You'll have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And Miles right over the glove of Ryan Howard, who looked to kind of catch a little bit on his dive. And that's going to turn into extra bases for Aaron Miles.
Well, it's one of those days. I mean, right out of the chute, the Cardinals are hitting them hard. They're hitting them soft, and they're playing very, very well here this afternoon. And just putting it to the Phillies. You saw the dive there by Ryan Howard, who's really played well during spring training at first base, but he just dove too far. I mean, he actually went past that ball, and he saw where it hit him. I think it fooled him more than anything. I think he thought it was hit harder than it was.
You would imagine that Carpenter will have a sacrifice opportunity. He's already got an RBI single in this one and came around to score a run. Good bunt. That's going to move the runner. And Fultz nearly airmailed Chase Utley with the throw, but the sacrifice. 1-4 in the scorecard puts another man in scoring position at third base with less than 2 out.
Now Carpenter really helping himself here today with a bat. He got a base hit his last time up, knocked in a run, gets the bunt down there, makes the Phillies play the infield in. I mean, 10-1. You hate to have to play the infield in, but really don't have much choice.
1 out of 3 so far for David Eckstein. In the early part of the season, you're not necessarily sure how much time you're going to get out of your starting pitcher on a given day. Eckstein lifts that one in the air. We'll see whether or not it'll score the runner. Abreu is going to take a shot at him, and the throw is cut off. Coming on to score is Miles. So a sac fly for Eckstein makes this an 11-1 game.
You know, the Phillies want to be a team that executes as the season goes along, because that's how you win, especially in the National League. And when you watch the Cardinals play, I mean, they do that very well, and they've done that here in that big 8-run inning. They played little ball and then ended it with some power in this inning. Get the leadoff double, get them over, get them in.
Oh, 2 down now for Encarnacion at the plate. Taking a look at ball 1. He's already been aboard in this one with a base hit. And was robbed on a superb play by Abraham Nunez back in the 3rd inning. Now it kind of gets lost when the Cardinals put up an 8-run 4th. Good changeup from Fultz. The point I was making was early in the season, you're not necessarily sure how long a starter is going to go. You do have that day off that's built in tomorrow, but you don't want to go too deep into a bullpen necessarily in your first week. It's a little slug bunt. And Fultz had to hurry and throws it away. He was trying to keep it wide of the runner. Howard did try to step out and give him a target away from the base runner, but the ball just sailed on Aaron Fultz. And I believe that's going to go as an error on Fultz.
Yeah, probably is and should be. Because he has time here. I mean, Lieberthal's not going to get to this ball. This is a pitcher's play all the way. You know, Ryan Howard got a lot of leather on that, too. I mean, you're going to give an error there. You might give it to the first baseman.
Even that 6'4" frame, though, couldn't quite get it up. As Albert Pujols takes a look at his strike. This guy's an RBI machine. He's already got 2 of them here in his first 3 plate appearances, only 1 of them an official at bat.
You're in an 11-1 game right now, so you don't hold the runner on at first base because there's obviously not going to steal. So Ryan Howard playing way off at first on Encarnacion, as you see there.
And that one's well hit. Pat Burrell doesn't even have to move as it's going to find the upper deck. Albert Pujols putting on a show. His 2nd home run of the ball game. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, their 3rd overall. And they lead this one 13-1 here in the 5th inning.
Only 1 game, but you just wonder how good that guy is going to be. I mean, you're looking at a Hall of Fame player in Albert Pujols. He's had some amazing years already early in his big league career. And he hit an upper deck home run there about as fast as you can hit one out of this ballpark. That was a BB.
It's one of the longest ones we've seen hit here.
And quickest.
Got that right. Kind of a tough way to go to let the wind out of your sails on opening day this way. Last year, oh, hey, look at that one. That one was incredible.
Yeah, that sent the series back to St. Louis. And that was when everybody figured, oh, boy, the Cardinals, they're going to roll now. The Astros will have no shot after losing a dramatic game like that when Pujols hit that big home run. But to the Astros' credit, they went up to St. Louis and beat them.
That was a 3-1 pitch. My wife was asleep in the bedroom when I was watching, and I woke her up with my scream as I saw the swing. Before the contact even came in, you could just see it coming.
Remember the sense of doom in the Astros crowd when he had a chance to hit in that inning. Because, you know, it looked like that game was over. I think didn't Eckstein have an unbelievable at bat to even get to the point where Pujols got to hit?
Yep.
And then he hit that thing way out. It's almost like you sensed when great players are going to do something.
This time Fultz bounces back, gets Jim Edmonds to end the inning. We are halfway done here on opening day in Philadelphia, and so far it is all Albert Pujols and the St. Louis Cardinals. They got themselves a 13-1 lead here in the 5th.
No word is more important than trust. You can trust Chevy, the brand more Americans choose.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event, like Silverado half-ton work truck with better half-ton fuel economy than Ford F-150. Get an 06 Silverado half-ton regular cab work truck long box 2-wheel drive starting at $14,990 after cash back. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
Never underestimate the value of a good health plan. With innovative tools and products from Independence Blue Cross, you'll have the peace of mind to focus on other things.
A federal jury finds al-Qaeda conspirator Zacarias Moussaoui eligible to be executed for his role in the 9/11 attacks. The jury now decides if he lives or dies.
A huge C-5 cargo jet crashes at Dover Air Base. 17 crew members are hospitalized, but all survived. CBS 3 was first on the scene, and we are live with major developments. I'm Mark Howard.
And I'm Angela Russell. A soggy opening day for baseball. Kathy Orr's tracking the storms on Mega Doppler 3. See what's coming for the morning after the game.
And now it's time for the Citizens Bank Focus on the Rookie Leagues.
Each year, Citizens Bank and the Phillies Rookie Leagues program give kids in the area a chance to get out and play ball. The next time you're at Citizens Bank Park, support the Rookie League by donating your new or gently used gloves at the Citizens Bank kiosk in Ashburn Alley. The Phillies and Citizens Bank thank you for your support.
And our featured Rookie League, the Torresdale Boys Club in Philadelphia.
Unfortunately, the competitive charm has kind of gone out of this one. Now all eyes are on Jimmy Rollins, and hopefully he can get a base hit here and keep this streak going.
He's 0 for 2. Fouled out on an incredible play in foul territory by Eckstein back in the first inning. He went right on the screws right at Jim Edmonds his last time up. And right there, going to be retired for the third time today. Right now, J-Roll's good fans. That's getting a little worried. Serving up base hits. It's 96. Here's Nunez now. Talked all through the spring about what a big pickup he was because David Bell spent so much time nicked up in spring training. He and both he and Alex Gonzalez gives you, a viable option off the bench to play that third base spot. Nunez can also play shortstop and second for you.
Oh yeah, he's really going to help the ball club this year. David Bell is back in health. He's going to play a lot of third base, but both Nunez and Gonzalez can help down there.
And look at the Toyota out of town scoreboard. Billy Wagner in his first opportunity gets his first save as a New York Met. They beat the Washington Nationals today at Shea Stadium. And a called third strike. Nunez knew it on a good curveball from Chris Carpenter.
Well, they're at the point now Carpenter needs one more out. The game itself would be official. He would be eligible for the win, and then they'll just decide how far he wants to go. And they want him to go today.
He's thrown 78 pitches to this point. Javi Abreu's got one of the Phillies' 6 hits against him. Phillies have stranded 5 runners in this one. Bobby looking at ball 1 outside. And another base hit for Abreu. Abreu's a guy who in the past has not necessarily had the best beginnings to the season in the month of April. He starts out with 2 hits here this afternoon. Let's take it down now to Beasley Reese. Beasley.
All right, thanks a lot. I'm inside Rick's. Here I am right over here. This is one of the new places here. There's all kind of great concessions here at Citizens Bank Park. This is a Philadelphia legend right here, my man. And so come on down. Even though it's raining, there's all kind of wonderful things to do out in the promenade. Back to you.
All right, on your way back up, we'll each take one with onions, right?
With or without?
Yeah. Both with, yeah. Well, welcome aboard to the folks at Rick's.
Ooh, that looks good.
Well, you're not kidding. You have to make a trip out there.
Great Philadelphia delicacies.
It's a delicacy that's not really that delicate. And Utley hits that one hard. It's going all the way up the gap and back to the fence. And Dance is going to try to score Abreu. A throw to the plate, not in time. An RBI double for Chase Utley. And the home fans get something to cheer about as Carpenter gets touched up again. It's now a 13-2 ball game.
You're going to see a lot of that from Chase Utley this year. I mean, Chase Utley is going to have a monster career here in Philadelphia. He can swing the bat. Fastball, and he hits it into the gap in right center field. Good driving a lot of runs.
The amazing thing about him is how short that stroke is and how controlled that stroke is, and yet how incredibly strong he is for a guy that's not really a very big guy.
Keeps you slump proof because he, as you say, Scott, he has such a short swing.
Earl with a much longer approach right there. Swings through the first pitch. Had with a home run back in the 4th inning.
Chase Utley also generates an incredible amount of bat speed with that little short swing. And it's surprising how strong he is. But when you meet him and you know him, his hands and forearms are so strong.
Earl trying to keep this inning going. Started with 2 outs and a base hit by Abreu, a double by Utley.
Phillies did this to the Cardinals last year in that opening series in St. Louis. They lost the first game barely, and then they just smoked St. Louis in the other 2 games. And the Cardinals were a little bit worried about their pitching at that point.
In each of the last 2 years, the Phillies have beaten the Cardinals 4 out of 6 in the regular season.
They played well against them. But they killed Carpenter last year in a game. I think it was a Sunday afternoon game, the 3rd game of the series with John Lieber pitching that. And the day before that, they had put it to Mulder.
Interestingly enough, Carpenter gave up 8 runs and 10 hits. Today, John Lieber touched up for 8 runs and 9 hits. And that one, the third base side, Scott Rowland, yeah, he's got plenty of arm left. And that's going to retire the side. Phil's do leave a runner. But we await our delivery from down at Ashburn Alley, which may or may not be coming. Cards lead it big in the 5th.
Observe proper baseball etiquette. Order tickets ahead to see the Phils take on the Dodgers for the weekend, April 7th, 8th, or 9th. Order now. 0% financing is 5-star safety rated Grand Cherokee and Jeep Liberty, the best-selling SUV in its class. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. But hurry, offer only extended through April 3rd.
I'm tired of eating all this junk at night. Over here! All right, punch it!
Late night cravings? Wendy's makes everything fresh, like our classic hamburgers, till 1 a.m. or later.
It's good to be nocturnal.
Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right.
Our Independence Blue Cross deserving Philly is Ryan Howard. Number 6 got the call in early May last season, and while taking his swings at major league pitchers, he took over as the new big man in the Phillies lineup. The power-hitting first baseman won the hearts of Philly fans as well as the National League Rookie of the Year award. Howard's power in 2005 and again this spring training is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it.
Hey, Fred Bird is here. Cardinals mascot has a lot to cheer about, and now he is the only red mascot at Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah.
And that's good news, because guess who's back to being green? And clearly the way the bike's working right now, it's not all that easy being green. Fred Bird, a big-time favorite of former Philly Steve Carlton.
Oh, yeah, he loved Fred Bird.
And we got the buggy going for the Fanatic. Returning to his traditional green color here on opening day. In between innings, he vanquished Fred Bird.
We ought to save that tape and send it to Durango, Colorado to lefty. He'd enjoy that.
Yeah, he would. Anybody who chased Fred Bird out of the building would be okay with lefty. Scott Rowland looking at his strike as we go to the 6th inning. He's had himself a big day so far. Grand slam home run. That kind of blew the lid off this ball game with the Cardinals lead by 11.
Kind of quieted the boos.
Kind of quieted everything.
Yeah, I mean, that was the crusher when he hit that ball out. I mean, to that point, it was getting a little bit tough. And when Scott Rowland hit the grand slam, that was the key to that, or the highlight of that big inning for the Cardinals.
Did you ever see video of him playing basketball?
No, I bet it must be unbelievable.
Boy, could he shoot.
Well, he was what, Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana?
He was in the running for it. He actually won Mr. Baseball. And there he's Mr. Infield hit. Jimmy Rollins did all he could to try to keep that alive. But Rowland, his 3rd hit of the afternoon.
And he really busted it down the line, too. Jimmy makes a terrific play here. Ball's in the hole, look like a changeup. Just that little extra slide on the wet grass, a split second, and that's what he's saved by.
So rolling aboard, a bevy of Cardinal base runners here today. 14 hits on the afternoon, and Taguchi hits a tailor-made double play ball. He busted it, but Utley a good turn. That quickly he got 2 down.
Well, the difference, Scott, between that ball that Taguchi hit and the one that he hit in the 4th inning that really kept that inning going is he hit it harder. And it gets to Rollins quicker. So no, look at Utley. He can get out of the way of that steamroller coming at him and complete the double play, where the first time, you know, Roland got a piece of him and he wasn't able to do it.
And Molina takes a look at ball 1. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He's down big here in the opener, but one of the beauty parts of baseball is you see activity in the Cardinal bullpen now, and Flores, the left-hander, throwing. The beauties of baseball is still 2 more games left in the series.
Oh, yeah. On Wednesday, you start all over with Brett Myers on the mound, and Brett had a tremendous spring.
He'll be opposed by the big left-hander Mark Mulder. That double play ball turned out to be a blessing for Fultz. A base hit by Molina, and he's aboard now with 2 out.
You just mentioned Scott Flores is up in the bullpen, so you know maybe Carpenter's only going to go 5.
Second baseman,
At this point, if you're the Cardinals, you got to wonder, is there any reason for him to go any further than that in a game like this, especially, you know, cool day, a little bit rainy.
Yeah, and you can see he's lost a little concentration in the last couple innings too, you know, with the big lead. He's such a workhorse for their ball club, pitches so many innings. Every once in a while, a manager has a chance to give a guy an easy win, and this would be one of them.
Remember we told you last year on opening day, Aaron Miles had a 5-hit game against San Diego? Well, he's got 3 already here this afternoon. But he's going to get retired here as Chase Utley makes the catch to end it. No runs on 2 hits and 1 left for St. Louis. Is Carpenter coming out, or is he leaving the game? Either way, Cards lead it 13-2.
This is the Ford Freestyle, the crossover that offers the all-wheel drive capability of an SUV, best-in-class fuel economy, the ride and handling of a car, an interior that provides endless possibilities, and now the peace of mind of our 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Get into a new Freestyle and get $2,000 cash back or 0% financing for 5 years. Security, freedom, possibilities. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
My mom's sending me a text message. No way! We're having macaroni tonight. Yes!
They're America's outcasts.
If there weren't nerds in the world, who would we throw eggs at?
But when push comes to shove...
Stop picking on that kid. Let's teach those bullies a lesson.
The bench warmers...
This is for your catch and release skills.
...will have their day.
Should somebody call 411?
The bench warmers, rated PG-13.
Do we have your autographs? Do you need my address too?
Opens everywhere Friday.
People want to be part of a team. They want to be part of something bigger than themselves. Maybe that's why more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
During the Chevy NCAA March Madness event, get $500 or $1,000 additional bonus cash on select 05 and 06 vehicles in stock. America's brand salutes America's best athletes. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet. Visit your local Chevy dealers. Chevy, America's #1 brand, America's #1 value. Compare for yourself at ChevyShowcase.com. By McDonald's. Many drive-thrus open 24 hours. And by Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here. Ryan Howard digging in, and Chris Carpenter still on the mound. Working with a 13-2 lead here in the home half of the 6th. Howard has bounced back to the box twice today. Coming off the colossal spring, which produced 11 home runs. interesting is he is a young player. Watching his approach to the game, watching how he did a very good job last year when he was around and filling in for the injured Jim Thome of just kind of taking it all in. And Jimmy Rollins take him under his wing a little bit in terms of learning about life in the big leagues. He even stayed at Jimmy's house. Jimmy swears he didn't wash a single dish all year. Had a rip there, but fouls it off. 3-2. The one thing that he did do is, aside from changing up his helmet going into this year with the new aerodynamic model, one thing he did do was he conducted himself as well as you can. And he hits one here to deep left center. This one is going to go and is gone. First home run of the year for Ryan Howard. Flying right over the Southwest Airlines sign. Philly's second home run of the game rings the bell here at Citizens Bank Park. And it's now 13-3.
Talked about the way he conducts himself, Scott. He really is a good young man, and he is going to be a very, very big player in this city. But that's one thing you just don't teach. I mean, you can reach out and hit a ball that far, that hard the other way. Look at the extension on that, and that thing just jumped out of the ballpark.
And that's on a cool kind of wet day where it's not really traveling all that well. For a ball the other way to go out like that, that just gives you an idea how strong that young man is.
Well, for the normal human being in this game, that's an out to the opposite field. Just a weak fly ball, but he just drives it.
It'll be a lot of fun to watch him all year. Aaron Rowan just missed on a home run a little bit earlier in the game. Ended up with a double off the glove of Jim Edmonds, and he's 2 for 2 coming into this at bat here in the 6th. Carpenter might be getting close to wrapping up his day today. Zeroing in on 100 pitches now. Flores continuing to throw as Carpenter shows some signs of wear out there.
And they might be second guessing themselves right now. They had the pitcher spot coming up first in the inning. They probably were thinking about taking him out anyway. Maybe that influenced them a little bit. But you could see, you know, that his concentration's starting to wane a little bit with all these runs that he has.
And that is the first walk he's allowed. Hey, grab a new Philly 6-game pack. You're going to be picking up the hottest games of the season. Choose a game from one of the Yankees or Red Sox series, and then add 5 more great games of your choice. It adds up to 6 times the flexibility and 6 times the fun. Order 6-game packs at Phillies.com or call 215-463-1000.
Here we go. Tony La Russa is going to make a double switch.
And it stood to reason. After watching the home run and just watching his body language after he threw, you know, the walk to Rowan, was missing his spots badly. 97 pitches in with a 10-run lead. Carpenter is going to come out of this game. Man who's now given up 8 home runs here at Citizens Bank Park in his career. The one thing that he is going to do is he's going to leave this ball game with a terrific chance to win it. Carpenter will take a seat and a shower. 3 runs, 9 hits, and 5 innings of work. A double switch as the Phillies bat here in the 6th. Ryan Howard's gotten them back to within 13-3.
Sending me a text message. No way! We're having macaroni tonight. Yes!
They're America's outcasts.
If there weren't nerds in the world, who would we throw eggs at?
But when push comes to shove,
Stop picking on that kid. Let's teach those bullies a lesson.
the bench warmers
This is for your catch and release skills.
will have their day.
Should somebody call 411?
The bench warmers, rated PG-13.
Do we have your autographs?
Do you need my address too?
Opens everywhere Friday.
Henry. Come on, Henry. Good boy.
Never underestimate the value of a good health plan.
Keys.
With innovative tools and products from Independence Blue Cross, you'll have the peace of mind to focus on other things.
Chris Carpenter's day is done. He'll take his seat. A swig of Powerade as he watches guy who's replacing him, left-hander Randy Flores, will take them out now for St. Louis. Last year, a 3-1 record with a save, a 3.46 earned run average for the left-hander. One of 2 left-handers that the Cardinals have in their bullpen, and they are working with a 7-man bullpen. 12-man pitching staff to begin the season. As part of a double switch, the Cardinals will have themselves a new left fielder as well as Flores continues his windup. So Taguchi coming out of the game and Skip Schumacher will now step in left field for St. Louis, and they'll flip-flop in the batting order. Let's pause now for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching KYW-TV DT, Philadelphia.
A gray opening day here at Citizens Bank Park. For the most part, any kind of heavy rain is held off for the 2 hours we've been playing. Phils wish they could say the same for the Cardinal bats. A big 8-run 4th inning is the difference in this game right now. And the Phils have been trying to dig out of a hole all afternoon. Trying to get something done here with a man on and nobody out. Cardinals do have a lot of experience at the back end of their bullpen. Ricardo Rincon, a left-hander. Braden Looper, who was signed to set up Jason Isringhausen. Lieberthal right off the fists. That's going to fall in. Good job of reading it by Rowan. And he dives into third base. Because I know you're down 10 runs, but the game's not going to end right now, so why not come out swinging?
Yeah, and run the bases the way that Rowan just ran the bases, Scott. You know, as you described, him coming hard around second. You know, Encarnacion really isn't going to throw that ball to third, probably because, you know, why let another runner move up into scoring position, take the double play away? But Rowan still does a nice job, go halfway, and then bust it around, and then go head first into third. I mean, he's going to play the game hard, and the fans are going to love him.
So they got him at the corners with nobody out here in the 6th. And it is Shane Victorino, the switch hitter, batting from the right side here, batting for Aaron Foltz. And he was going for it right there. Right is his natural side of the plate.
Talking to him this year, I didn't realize he started switch hitting like 2-3 years ago. So, I mean, this is the guy that's really still learning his trade. And they were all over him in spring training that he wasn't getting many hits left-handed. And then he started to get a few at the end, including a homer.
He and David DeLucci right now are the 2 guys that are filling in along the bench. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Adam LaRoche has hit a home run for the Atlanta Braves, trying to win their 15th straight division title, an early lead in Los Angeles. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Victorino. It's that time of year, Wheels, where we normally get an opportunity to do it. Why is it the Braves can't win the division this year?
Because the Mets are too good.
Okay. And a swing and a miss. So Victorino goes down on strikes.
Yeah, your point, every year you come up with some idea of where the Braves' holes are, why they can't win. Flores, the book on him is a lot of sliders, and there's a slider right there that he chased. That the Braves have this hole or they have that hole, or yeah, and they do. I mean, everybody does, and they of course do. The Mets did a great job in the offseason. A lot of people think the Phillies are going to be a very good team also, so we'll see.
Last year I emphatically said the Braves could not win the division with Brian Jordan and Raul Mondesi in their starting outfield. And
Right.
I was right, right?
Absolutely right.
They were gone. They won the division anyway.
Sure. They brought up some minor league phenoms, helped carry.
Another shot here for Jimmy Rollins. This time batting from the right side and looking at ball 1.
Yeah, fans are really into Jimmy's at bats. I mean, when he first came up today, he got a standing ovation. You know, really love to see him get a hit in this game and just keep that streak alive.
36-game streak on the line. He's 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Hit that one hard. Edmonds going to run it down. It's going to be deep enough to score a run, but for the second time today, Jimmy Rollins hits one right on the screws and right at Jim Edmonds in center field. Bills will get the run, but now you got 2 down in the inning.
He'll get at least one more at bat, but as Scott said, he's hit 2 balls really hard. I mean, this thing was ripped. But normally if it stays in the ballpark, Edmonds will catch it. And Rowan with that hustle from first to third gets a run out of it and an RBI for Jimmy Rollins.
That run, by the way, belongs to the line of Chris Carpenter. So Nunez, who's got a double here in his Phillies debut today, will turn around and bat from the right side against the left-hander. Bullpen activity is already pinch hit for Aaron Foltz. It'll be Jeff Geary, it looks like, coming on to pitch in the top half of the 7th for the Phillies. That's interesting. Tom Gordon watching him out in that Phillies bullpen. Those two had a lot of long conversations in spring training, and it was Gordon who also worked with Geary on his approach to hitters, and Geary just couldn't thank him enough.
Well, you know, when you're in this business, if you don't listen to people that know more than you, it's kind of silly.
Eckstein's got it. That's going to end the inning. Phillies do get the home run from Ryan Howard in 2 in the 6th. Harry Callis will take over play-by-play once again in the 7th with the Cards on top 13-4.
That was an awesome show.
Awesome.
Hey, would you mind?
No problem.
Me too. So, are you the bass player or the drummer?
I'm not in the band. I'm just here for the Bud Light. Who's pen?
Johnny! Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Who's Todd Schischler?
In leadership, no word is more important than trust. You can trust Chevy, the brand more Americans choose.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event, like Chevy Equinox, with more rear seat room than any full-size SUV. Qualified lessees can lease an 06 Equinox LS front-wheel drive for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
Introducing the Sea-Doo Film Series. It's a whole new way to look at boats, and almost as fun as being on one of ours. Dive in at SeaDooFilms.com. Hurry in for special Sea-Doo offers now.
Well, here's Albert Pujols. He has just had a monster game, and that's his first home run of the ball game. And now Scott Rowland will a high breaking ball there from Julio Santana in that big 8-run 4th inning that the Cardinals threw on the board, hit a grand slam home run. This got out about as far and as fast as a home run as you're going to see in this ballpark. An upper deck home run, a line drive home run, and what a day for Albert Pujols, who's just an amazing player. 2 home runs a day, 4 RBIs for him. Scott Rowland with a grand slam. Phillies have a couple of home runs from Pat Burrell and Ryan Howard. Jimmy Rollins has hit 2 balls right on the nose, but so far 0 for 3, and he'll get at least 1 more at bat. Phillies are going to go to their 4th pitcher of the ball game. It will be the right-hander Jeff Geary for play-by-players. Harry.
All right, thank you, Wheels. Geary had a good spring, went 2-1 with a low ERA. In 2005, he went 2-1 with a 3.72 ERA. So Geary comes on for Aaron Foltz. 2 innings, gave up an inning, actually, or 2 innings, gave up 3 runs, just 1 of them earned. This 13-4 game, and this is Skip Schumacher. And is a part of a double switch. At 281 this spring, Schumacher, a 5th-round draft pick in the 2001 draft, a 26-year-old out of the University of California, Santa Barbara. Spent most of the year last year at Memphis, where he had 287, played 27 games for the Cards at the end of the year, hit 250. Is it right back off the glove of Geary, and he couldn't quite pull off the play. We'll have to wait and see how they scored. Geary will be the first one to tell you he should have caught it.
Yeah, I mean, he reacted like a guy who thought the ball was hit a lot harder than it was, and he just boxed it. Here it is. It's a one-hopper right at him, and he misses it. And almost gets him here, but not in time. We'll see how they scored, but you're right. I mean, he knows he should have caught this. See, it just fooled him. He thought it was hit a lot harder than it was at the beginning.
And scored a base hit. And it'll bring on David Eckstein, who is 1 for 3 with a sac fly. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count to Eckstein. And a called strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. On the count. 2 Eckstein with a runner at first. Trying to check his swing. He committed. Ball and 2 strikes. Up and in, 2-2. On the right side. Howard, nice play, gets the out at second base, getting the lead runner. Howard to Rollins. Eckstein at first on a fielder's choice. Don't get shut out. The Phillies with the St. Louis Cardinals 2 more games. That'll be on Wednesday night. Wednesday night at 7:05, and Thursday again will be a 3:05 game time for the Citizens Bank Business Person Special. Our first Citizens Bank Business Person Special of the year. It'll be Brett Myers against Mark Mulder on Wednesday night. Thursday afternoon, Corey Lytle and Jason Marquis. Order your tickets by calling 215-463-1000 or online at Phillies.com. Juan Encarnacion is 1 for 4. Two balls and no strikes to Encarnacion. This is a ground ball to second base. Utley to Rollins to Howard. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Nicely turned. No runs, 1 hit. And nobody left. Stretch time, we go to the bottom half of the 7th. It's St. Louis 13 and the Phillies 4.
Of all the important numbers you'll remember, don't forget this one. New Phillies 6-game ticket packs, the only way to get a sold-out Yankees or Red Sox game. Order online or call now.
From the very beginning, it has been good to be smart. And today, it still is good to be smart. So it makes sense, doesn't it, that people would want a smart car? A car with remarkably clever design and the very latest in technology. But most of all, wouldn't people want a car whose smartest feature is that it's just so well made? Well, we think so. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Bill, I got a problem with something.
What?
Waiting.
Oh, can't keep my accountant waiting.
It's not me. It's you waiting for dial-up.
Now we're 39%.
I got business DSL from Verizon. You got to get up to speed.
What's a few extra minutes?
Those minutes add up.
Yeah, but you can't beat the price, though.
Verizon is close to what you pay now, and you get more.
More speed, more features, great price, and a special offer, too. Call 1-866-YES to DSL.
All right, we'll change. We'll do it.
Hey fans, when the Phillies throw out an opponent's base runner, watch for the LoJack caught stealing replay. LoJack is the only vehicle recovery system operated by the police, and it's available for cars, trucks, motorcycles, construction equipment, and laptops. Visit LoJack.com for more details.
Our Dodge Stump the Fans trivia quiz this afternoon. Who was the last Phillies pitcher to earn a win against St. Louis on opening day? The answer and winner will be revealed later on. Log on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Our answer is Roger Craig. A 3-2 win at St. Louis back in 1966. Enjoy playing, Dodge Stump the Fans. Thank you for playing. To win a Phillies prize pack, log on to Phillies.com. Find out about Dodge Stump the Fans. Well, we go to the bottom half of the seventh. The Phillies trailing 13-4. Bobby Abreu will lead it off. Artie Garfunkel between innings with the singing of God Bless America here at Citizens Bank Park.
Great.
America, my home, sweet home.
Artie Garfunkel of Simon and Garfunkel, a longtime Phillies fan. Great to have him here for opening day. Certainly wish the Phils could have get him a little better contest here.
It's been a bridge over troubled water today.
Here's Bobby Abreu. He's had a good game. He's 2 for 3. Actually, the Phillies offensively have not done all that badly. But it's that big 8 spot the Cardinals put on the board in the 4th inning, and they have reeled off 13 runs on 16 hits. Breaking ball for a strike to Abreu. Delivers low and away, 1-1.
Left-handed hitters for him to face now, and that's what they're going to use him as, a situation left-hander, along with Ricardo Rincon, who's a little more experienced. But Flores throws a ton of sliders, and that's what he's done since he's come into this game.
Now he's swinging a high fastball there, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That is
Josh Hancock,
right, who was released by Cincinnati in spring training because he was out of shape, according to the Reds. Picked up by the Cardinals and made their ball club.
Wide with it. Two to Abreu, leading off the Phillies 7th. He's running up. Down on with his slider. And Abreu is a strikeout victim. That'll be the 2nd strikeout for Flores since coming into the game. 1 down here in the 7th. Brings on Chase Utley.
Yeah, we talked about sliders, and he throws a lot of breaking balls, does Flores, and pretty good one.
Chase is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. One strike to Utley. Bouncing that one up there. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the Toyota out of town scoreboard, the Brew Crew leads Pittsburgh. That's the final now. Milwaukee has beaten Pittsburgh 5-2. Carlos Lee with a 2-run home run for Milwaukee. 2-1 the count to Utley with 1 out. Two balls and 2 strikes. Flores came in for starter Chris Carpenter in the previous inning. Ooh. That was close.
Everybody moved on that one. They were waiting for Molina to fire that around the infield. Never question Jerry Crawford. He's the best.
So Utley's still alive. It's a full count. Base hit center field. So Chase gets his second hit. He is a 1-out base runner. And the Phillies now with 11 hits in the game.
Nice to see Chase Utley get the base hit off a left-hander. Hancock's going to come into the game now as Tony La Russa is walking slowly to the mound. But there's Chase Utley and Albert Pujols talking it over there, and here comes La Russa to make the pitching change.
So they'll call on the right-hander Josh Hancock. This will be it for Flores. With Utley at first and 1 out. We have a pitching change for the Cardinals. Cardinals lead 13-4. Back after these messages.
I'm here with W.B. Mason, and we're wearing protective brightness shields.
It's for our safety, since we're opening up a box of my blinding white Blizzard copy paper.
In this simulated test, even a blindfolded woman chose Blizzard's extra bright whiteness over standard dull white paper.
And Blizzard costs less than other bright papers.
Blizzard, extra bright paper, extra low price.
Would someone remove her blindfold?
Pull for W.B. Mason.
People want to be part of a team. They want to be part of something bigger than themselves. Maybe that's why more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
During the Chevy NCAA March Madness event, get $500 or $1,000 additional bonus cash on select 05 and 06 vehicles in stock. America's brand salutes America's best athletes. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
Phillies fans, don't miss a second of the action. Listen to every single Phillies game live online with MLB.com. Game day audio and catch games you missed on demand. Sign up now exclusively at Phillies.com. Josh Hancock, the right-hander, is the new pitcher. Coming on here in the 7th inning with a runner at first base. And 1 down. He'll be facing Pat Burrell. Burrell has an opening day home run here this afternoon. But the Phils need a lot more of those, trailing here 13-4.
Phillies had Josh Hancock, of course, a couple of years ago, and he had a few spot starts for them. Appeared out of the bullpen a little bit. And, got hit around quite a bit.
Burrell stands in. He is homered in 3 at bats. 1 ball and no strikes. Hancock this spring in 9 games pitched well, 0-0 with a 1.80 ERA. Struck out 12 and walked only 1 in 10 innings.
Well, they had 3 pitchers left in the mix for their bullpen, and Hancock won the job. They had 3 guys, one of them being Alan Bennis. Here's Pat Burrell's home run off Chris Carpenter. A line drive home run into the seats in left field.
He's offensively have not had that bad a day. 4 runs and 11 hits. But pitching just didn't get him out. St. Louis a 13-4 lead. Three balls and a strike to Burrell. Lines smash in the gap in left center. That'll be extra bases. Rolling around third is Utley. He is going to score. Burl at second base with a double, and it's now a 13-5 game. Burl knocks in his second run on opening day. And the batter will be Ryan Howard.
Hancock with a kind of a straight fastball right down the middle, and a line drive double. Chase Utley, of course, plays hard all the time. He scores easily.
Howard has twice grounded out, and he has slugged a home run.
The thing I like about Burl, and he did it during spring training. He's done it here in the first game this season. His balance is really good. I mean, he's not lunging at pitches. And if he can do that and maintain that, he can have a heck of a year offensively.
Hit sharply, short hop nicely by Pujols, and Pujols makes the unassisted out. Burl hangs on at second base. Had to. Wasn't sure that would be caught on a flyer now. That's 2 down, and that'll bring out Aaron Rowand. Rowan's 2 for 2 with a walk. Burl second base, 2 down, a run in. One strike to Rowand. Franklin gets up in the Phillies bullpen. Two quick strikes to Rowand.
See that 8-run fourth inning that the Cardinals threw up there really took a lot of the competitiveness out of this ball game, and they did it in that inning with some little ball and the big ball by Scott Rowland, the grand slam.
Bounces that one up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bounces another one up there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, it's over in Texas, and the Boston Red Sox behind Curt Schilling beat the Texas Rangers 7-3. Foul tip into the glove of Molina. So that'll be a strikeout. And that'll be it for the Phils. A run, 2 hits, and 1 left. We go to the 8th. 13-5, St. Louis.
We didn't know how serious it was until the book was actually published and she passed away. And so in the new forward, I wrote about the fact that I might have written the book a little bit differently had I known what was going to happen. So I wrote at the end of this preface, I think sometimes that had I known she would not survive her illness, I might have written a different book. Less a meditation on the absent parent, more a celebration of the one who was the single constant in my life. In my daughters, I see her every day, her joy, her capacity for wonder. I won't try to describe how deeply I mourn her passing still. I know that she was the kindest, most generous spirit I have ever known, and that what's best in me, I owe to her. See, and I can't read this without getting all, you know, and somebody warned me about Oprah's gonna try to make you cry. So.
No, I wasn't.
When we come back, our cameras go inside the private family life of Senator Barack Obama. You'll meet his brilliant and beautiful wife when we come back.
Well, basically, we've got our work cut out for us. Sales are down.
What's it like to have adult attention deficit disorder, ADD? You often feel distracted, disorganized, restless, unable to finish things. Like the channel keeps changing in your mind and you can't control the remote.
You guys have any thoughts?
If you felt these symptoms your whole life, you may have adult ADD.
What about you, Ann?
The Leapster LMAX learning game system. It plugs into your TV to expand the learning and
over on every Dodge truck, minivan, and SUV, which can save you up to $10,000 in interest. Save on Ram Mega Cab with the world's largest cab. Save on Durango with available 8-passenger seating and the 5-star rated Grand Caravan with exclusive stow and go. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. Hurry, offers only extended through April 3rd.
I'm here with WB Mason, and we're wearing protective brightness shields.
It's for our safety, since we're opening up a box of my blinding white Blizzard copy paper.
In this simulated test, even a blindfolded woman chose Blizzard's extra bright whiteness over standard dull white paper.
And Blizzard costs less than other bright papers.
Blizzard, extra bright paper, extra low price.
Would someone remove her blindfold?
Who but WB Mason?
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With more flights to more places than ever before, Southwest is taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. By Dodge, you can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. By WB Mason, official office supplier for the Philadelphia Phillies. And by Nissan and your local Nissan dealer. Jennifer Berry, Miss America, here in the after 7 innings, dancing on the dugout with Philly Fanatic. So it's been a festive opening day 2006 here at Citizens Bank Park, except for the scoreboard. Cardinals leading 13-5. Here's Albert Pujols, who's had a big game. 2 for 2 with a walk. He has knocked in 3 and scored 3.
There's a fewer. It'd be hard to find a bigger mismatch than the Fanatic and Miss America.
Or any pitcher against Albert Pujols. I don't know the numbers he has put up so far.
It's a Hall of Famer. I mean, you know, he's only played a few years, and
he's only 26 years old.
How good's he going to be? Well, you watch.
Besides the home runs, he's a career .332 hitter.
Well, how many times we see him here? He hardly ever swings and misses. You know, for a guy that generates this kind of power. Look how he spreads out. Oh, got Jerry Crawford with that one. He spreads out so much. He and Edmonds both kind of hit this way. They spread out a lot. They don't stride. They don't get fooled very easily.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Pujols.
He hits in that kind of little bit of a crouch, and he loves to get extended. And probably the best way to pitch him is in, but you know, you better get it way in.
Follows this one back to the screen.
Look at this.
Those are Hall of Fame players at the same age as Pujols and what they have done at that point. Wow.
They say he's a tireless worker. You know, and there's just no telling how good he's going to be.
What wasn't listed on that stats page is runs scored. And besides driving in runs, he's led the league the last 3 years in runs scored.
Right.
Full count to Pujols.
I thought his most impressive at bat was his first one, when he worked Lieber so hard and then got a walk, and then they get a run after that on Edmonds' extra base hit into the corner, made it 1-0. When it looked like John might have a real easy first inning, and Pujols kept fouling balls off, tough pitches, and wound up walking on a 3-2 count.
That was after striking out the first 2 hitters. And he gets another walk. So Pujols is a leadoff base runner.
A Rico defensive play of the game. is a tremendous play by Eckstein on Jimmy Rollins. See, he tried to go into a slide there at the last split second after he catches the ball, but he slammed into that concrete and then popped up.
Long run for that ball. Made a great play. Here's Edmonds. Edmonds is 1 for 3 with an RBI double.
Now watch Edmonds from the left side is so similar to Pujols in the way that they both spread out and they don't stride. And they're tremendous upper body hitters and very tough to fool.
Well, for John Lever, it was a tough day as the starting pitcher for the Phillies. And you know what his whiteness always used to say, Wheels? It's bad luck to strike out that leadoff hitter. In this case today, it was. High fly ball to left field, and Pat Burrell will take care of that one down.
I thought you were going to give me his line that he would have used today in that 8-run inning. Won't this season ever end? He used to say that right out of the chute if he had a bad game early in the year.
Right. Well, here's Scott Rowland. And he has had quite a game, 3 for 4, including a grand slam home run.
And they got him on strikes his first time up. John Lever got him to chase a breaking ball, but you know Rowland's been on base since then.
1 ball and no strikes. Game started in a light rain, not really hard enough to halt play. Early on in the game, the rains have subsided. That's lofted in the air to center. Rowland will take care of this one. And that's out number 2. And scheduled to hit the pitcher, but we're going to get a pinch hitter here.
Scott Spezio. It's a switch hitter. Had that great World Series with the Angels.
Adam Wainwright is up in St. Louis's bullpen. So Spezio pinch hitting here. For Hancock. It's a deep to right field, but not deep enough. Abreu at the rim of the warning track makes the play. And St. Louis down in the 8th. No runs, no hits. They lead 1. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Cardinals 13, Phillies 5.
No word is more important than trust. You can trust Chevy, the brand more Americans choose.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Chevy has more SUVs that offer both OnStar and StabiliTrak together than anyone else. Qualified lessees can get a low-mileage lease on an 06 Trailblazer LS 4-wheel drive for around $229 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
This one's gonna look really big, you think? And we dig a hole, squish it down a little. Let me grab the hose.
Never underestimate the value of a good health plan.
There you go. Yeah. Watch out! Oh!
With innovative tools and products from Independence Blue Cross, you'll have the peace of mind to worry about other things.
I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. On my TV.
You're my family.
It's CBS 3. We love you guys. I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. I'm watching 3 now.
I look forward to watching you every night. You just look like a one big family. I love you.
Beasley is amazing.
He's a free watcher.
I'm a free watcher. I'm a free watcher. Be a free watcher now.
Tonight on CBS 3, it all happens right here. March Madness. CBS 3 proudly presents the NCAA Championship Game, Florida and UCLA, followed by CBS 3 Eyewitness News with Larry Menti and Alicia Lane. Adam Wainwright is the new pitcher. Wainwright is a 24-year-old, had a good spring. 7 games, he was 0-0, but an 0.57 ERA, 15 2/3 innings, gave up just 1 earned run. Gave up 6 runs, but only 1 of them was earned. Struck out 11, walked 3. He spent most of last year with Memphis. He only pitched 2 innings for the Cardinals, but at Memphis he was 10-10 with a 4.40 ERA as a starting pitcher. Originally a first-round draft pick of Atlanta, he was picked up by the Cardinals along with Ray King and Jason Marquis in the deal that sent J.B. Drew to Atlanta. Mike Lieberthal, the first one to face him. Lieberthal is 2 for 3 this afternoon. 2 balls and no strikes.
First look at David DeLucci in a Phillies uniform. There he is in the on-deck circle to bat for Geary.
Two and one. Off to the air to right field. Juan Encarnacion waits. 1 down here in the 8th, and David DeLucci will come out and bat for Jeff Geary. DeLucci just joined the club today after being picked up by Pat Gillick. David DeLucci coming over from the Texas Rangers and Robinson Tejeda deal. Hit 300 this spring with 5 homers. Last year at Texas, he hit 251 and hit 29 home runs. He fills a power left-hand bat off the bench. 1 strike to DeLucci.
Jimmy Rollins on deck. Probably be his last chance to extend. Well, it's not extend the hitting streak, but you know, he ends with a 36-gamer last year and would like to start another one this year.
Rolls hit it hard this afternoon, but right at people. And of course, in his first at bat, fouled out on that great play by Eckstein. It's not easy to have a long hitting streak and continue it. It's really tough. I mean, you can hit a lot of balls hard. Hitting what Larry Bowa used to call buzzard's luck on any given night.
Hey, what's really hard is to get a hitting streak at the start of the season, too.
Our Toyota out of town scoreboard, the Cubs have 16 runs, and they lead Cincinnati 16-7.
These two teams, of course, the Cardinals and the Cubs have a tremendous rivalry, and they're going to get right at each other. After the Cardinals leave here, they go to Wrigley Field for the weekend.
Ooh.
And then the Cardinals go home to open their new ballpark.
1 ball and 2 strikes to DeLucci. 2-2. DeLucci's rung up. So that's 2 down, and here is J-Roll trying to extend that hitting streak.
Here's the earlier at bats. We showed you this unbelievable play by Eckstein. That was right out of the chute, and 2 bullets to center, right at Jim Edmonds. Well, the 1 bullet, and then this play to first, and here's the other one, the line drive to center. That one was a sacrifice fly, scoring Aaron Rowan.
Fans are on their feet hoping to see a base hit from J-Roll. 1-0.
That's really great. I mean, look at the fans here. This is a tough game. You know, you get smoked on opening day.
Right.
But this many people still here trying to encourage Jimmy Rollins.
2-0. And they don't want to see Rollins walk. I don't think I do either. I want to see him go for it. Even though it would help the team probably. 3-0. Oh, man.
Now, you never get a 3-0 green light. Well, of course, when you're leading, you don't get one. You can have a green light when you're losing 13-5.
3 balls and no strikes. Line drive hit. He did it. 37 consecutive games. Charlie gave him the green light, and J-Roll delivers, and the fans now, they aren't going to like the game for opening day, but they're going to like what they just saw. Look at him. J-Roll has extended it on what probably is his last at bat today.
That's great.
It really is.
And you know, and we said before that happened, that was really a great job by the fans too, to be cheering and roaring like that for Jimmy. David Eckstein's running that ball in, whether or not Rollins wants it or not. That's a nice gesture by David Eckstein. He just gave it to Wainwright. They throw the ball out. Yep. That's really good sportsmanship by the Cardinals too. So I was saying, you don't swing 3-0 when you're winning 13-5. You're losing 13-5. Yeah, it's okay. And you wonder what someone would think, even if you're winning 13-5, if you're trying to extend that hitting streak, if that's okay or not. But here it is, 3-0, and Pujols almost picked it.
So Jimmy Rollins with a hit in his fifth at bat. Extends it to 37, and he joins a fellow named Tommy Holmes, who had a 37-game hitting streak back in 1945.
And of course, it's a 2-season hitting streak, but still incredibly impressive.
It's fouled out of play. Next up would be Paul Molitor. Molitor had a 39-gamer in 1987.
We knew some guy that had a 40-some game hitting streak.
Peter Edwards.
Saw that one night. In fact, Pete Rose bunted for a hit in extra innings against the Phillies during that hitting streak.
Nunez is 1 for 4.
Well, a lot of people stayed around, and they were certainly rewarded by that moment. And they had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
By encouraging Jimmy the way they did. There's J. Rolls Bakery. They hung around the whole game.
In his 5th at bat, he extends it. And a sac fly in his previous at bat, so he is 1 for 4. Nunez trying to extend the inning here. Bouncing ball. Second baseman Miles throws out Nunez, and the Phillies are down in the 8th. Phillies got 1 hit, but significantly off the bat of J-Roll. 1 left. We go to the 9th inning. 13-5, St. Louis.
I wasn't sure about this whole 5-minute date thing, but I feel like we have a connection.
I feel it too.
Maybe we should go on a real date.
I don't know about that.
Why?
It would upset my fiance, probably.
You're not single.
Oh, no, I'm just here for the Bud Light. What am I supposed to say? Hi, honey, I'm dating Amy. Not cool.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Good, sir. Hey, sweetie.
0% financing is back. From now until April 3rd, get 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, make no monthly payments until October on Chrysler minivans and Pacificas, which can save you up to $7,000 on the 5-star safety-rated Town & Country, with exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage, and Chrysler Pacifica with over 92 cubic feet of cargo space. Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. But hurry, offer only extended through April 3rd.
I'm tired of eating all this junk at night.
Over here.
All right, punch it.
Late night cravings? Wendy's makes everything fresh, like our classic hamburgers, till 1 a.m. or later.
It's good to be nocturnal.
Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right.
See what the score is at the Citizens Bank Fanatic Birthday, April 23rd at 1:35. Order now.
Well, our first weekend of baseball brings to town the Los Angeles Dodgers. Your only chance to see the Dodgers. They're here just once this year. The fun starts Friday, April 7th, 7:05. On Saturday, the 8th, 3:05. It'll be Verizon Kids opening day with a free Ryan Howard growth chart for youngsters 14 and under. Then Sunday the 9th, 1:35 game time. Hatfield Phillies Frank's Dollar Dog Day and free Southwest Airlines schedule magnets. Order your tickets for the Dodger series. Call 215-463-1000. You can order online at Phillies.com. Raul Cormier will be the Phil's new pitcher. Cormier last year 5-4-2 with a 5.89 ERA. Pitched for Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. In his games at spring training for the Phils, 8 games, 0-0 with a 2.79 ERA. 1 strike to Yadier Molina. Molina is 2 for 4. strikes to Molina. Ninth inning. Cardinals with that 8-run fourth inning have a 13-5 lead. Grounded in the hole deep short. J. Roll's going to have to make a strong throw and does. Molina's retired, one down. It'll bring on Aaron Miles.
Had 3 hits in his first 3 at-bats for the Cardinals today, his first game. It's kind of a long shot to be their starting second baseman. I think they thought Junior Spivey was going to be that guy, but it just didn't work out. Miles basically beat him out in spring training, and has had a good start here today. That's Thompson, a right-hander up. Brad Thompson in their bullpen. Pitched the 9th inning, I guess.
1 strike to Miles. Jeff Geary worked 2 innings for the Phils, gave up a hit, no runs.
Tony La Russa having one of those games that he likes out of his bullpen. I mean, he got Carpenter what they wanted, and then he can use some guys that probably won't get a whole lot of use, and the 3 main guys at the end, Rincon, Looper, and Isringhausen, probably won't pitch today.
Bouncing that one up there, 2 balls and a strike.
Of course, that Charlie Manuel's thinking the same way, not wanting to use Arthur Rhodes or Tom Gordon in a game like this.
Teams will have an off day and back at it on Wednesday night. Line drive left field. Burrow won't get this one. It's a fair ball going all the way to the corner, and that is the 4th hit of the game for Aaron Miles.
He had an opening day either last year or the year before where he had a 5-hit game for Colorado, so he kind of likes opening day.
He is 4 for 5.
Here it is. It just looked like a changeup or a split maybe, and he just kind of got out front, hit it down the left field line. So a big day for him. It's 2 hits left-handed, 2 hits right-handed.
Skip Schumacher batting for the 2nd time. Singled in his other at bat. Cardinals have banged out 17 hits here. One strike to Schumacher. Nice grab by Cormier and gets a runner at 3rd base. Fine play by Raul Cormier. As he gets Miles going to 3rd, Cormier to Nunez for out number 2, and Schumacher at 1st on a fielder's choice.
Cormier is really a tremendous fielding pitcher. Miles's day is almost perfect except for this. I mean, he knows he has to make sure this ball gets past the pitcher before he breaks, even in a 13-5 game. So, you know, just kind of shake his head a little bit on making a base running mistake like that.
So the runner is out of scoring position at 1st base now with 2 outs for David Eckstein. Eckstein is 1 for 3 officially with a sac fly. 1 for 4, excuse me, with a sac fly. Bouncing ball 1st base, foul.
Miles had that 5-hit game last year against San Diego on opening day when had 5 hits. So this year on opening day he has 4.
Good start for Aaron Miles.
He's a nice little player. I mean, whenever we'd see him with he was hurt a lot last year, but whenever we'd see him with the Rockies, he would make good defensive plays against the Phillies. He always seemed to hurt them offensively. And he could fit in perfectly for this club. They had Grustalanek playing there last year, did a great job for them.
2 strikes here to Eckstein. Grounded sharply. Oh, nice play, Ryan Howard. Under has the Corbier covering. Good play by Ryan. That'll be all for the Cards here in the 9th. No runs, a hit. They lead 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th. St. Louis leading by a score of 13-5.
Nothing is more powerful than the truth, and the truth is more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Check out Chevy Cobalt LS with an EPA estimated 34 highway miles per gallon. Qualified lessees can lease an 06 Cobalt Coupe LS for around $149 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
When something is real, it shows.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the
Introducing new Just for Men. Its new True Color formula targets only gray, replaces it with subtle tones for a natural look that is real. Real to the eye, real to the touch, real where it counts. New True Color Just for Men.
We're back. The Geico Gecko. So now here's the thing I don't understand. People could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance by switching to Geico.
Right.
So I have to ask, why does Geico even need a talking gecko?
Well, entertainment.
How's that?
Look, you can't just tell people that Geico could save them money. It's true, yes, but it's a bit boring. So you have a little gecko entertain, play a little guitar or whatever. They think they're watching entertaining television, but they're actually watching a commercial.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
See what the stats are at the first Citizens Bank Business Person Specials, April 6th, 27th, or May 31st. Order now.
Brad Thompson, the new pitcher for St. Louis. The Cardinals leading 13-5 here in the bottom of the 9th. Thompson, a 24-year-old out of Las Vegas, Nevada. 16th round draft pick in the June 2002 draft. Thompson last year pitched at Memphis for the most part. Called up to St. Louis, though, and he spent most of his year with St. Louis. In 40 games, he went 4-0 with a 2.95 ERA. He did a good job for Tony La Russa out of the bullpen. He was 2-1 in Memphis prior to that. That was his first taste of Major League ball, and he pitched very well. This spring, he went 10 games, 0-1 with a 3.18 ERA in spring training. Bobby Abreu, the first one to face him. Bobby is 2 for 4. Followed to second base. Miles throws him out, 1 down. We'll bring on Chase Utley, who's also 2 for 4 with an RBI.
Start all over.
Myers will pitch on Wednesday.
Right, start all over on Wednesday after kind of getting smoked here on opening day by the St. Louis Cardinals. And Brett pitched terrific in spring training, so they'll look for him to pitch well, and a tough competitor against him in Mark Mulder.
There's Utley, 2 for 4. It's it to deep left field, and this ball is off the very top of the fence. Chase will get 2 out of it. A stand-up double. Chase Utley, his 3rd hit of the game. So offensively, the Phillies done okay this afternoon. Unfortunately, they just fell way behind.
Right, and we won't get fixated on the new wall and the new fence out there and all that, but that ball's a home run last year.
Yeah.
Here it is. Looked like a little backdoor breaking ball there, and watch where it hits. Right up there on that new fence.
Yeah.
And that would have been in the plants last year.
That would have been in the flower bed. Would have been a home run for Chase, but Utley gets his 3rd hit, and here's Pat Burrell. He's 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Sends him with a breaking ball for a strike. ball and 1 strike.
A lot of runs in some of these games for the first game of the season. All of a sudden, 8-5 Atlanta over Los Angeles. That big high-scoring game with Cincinnati too, 16-7.
Let's pause here for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching KYW-TV DT, Philadelphia.
Cubbies pounding Cincinnati 16-7. Breaking ball locked in. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Burrow. Grounded to deep shortstop. Eckstein throws out Burrow. Holding at second base is Utley. They bring on Ryan Howard. He's 1 for 4, but it was a home run.
Eckstein's amazing to watch out there. I mean, he kind of shot puts the ball to first base. He doesn't have a strong arm. He cheats a lot in to cut off balls and then make for a shorter throw. But you watch him play, and he almost always throws a guy out. It's amazing. And he doesn't throw the ball that well. He's just an amazing competitor, this guy.
Well, here is Howard. Trying to get the runner home from second here. One and 1 the count to Howard. Phillies have had base runners in every inning, so the Phillies offensively have certainly had a lot of chances here and have scored runs.
That's kind of what you expected this season to be. You know, that they're going to score runs, and you see how good their pitching can be. And today their pitching kind of let them down.
Grounded to second base. This might be it. Miles throws Howard out, and the ball game is over. For the Phillies in the 9th, no runs, a hit, 1 left. Cardinals win the opener 2006 by a score of 13-5 here at Citizens Bank Park. Our Chevy players of the game are the corners for the St. Louis Cardinals. Albert Pujols, the first baseman, and Scott Rowland, the third baseman. Pujols with 2 homers. Rowland with 3 hits, including a grand slam home run. They are Chevrolet players of the game. Our W.B. Mason delivery of the game came off the bat of J-Roll.
3-0 count. Jimmy's last at bat. He'd been 0 for 4 to that point, 0 for 3 to that point, and he smoked that ball into the corner. So he is now hit in 1 straight and 37 over 2 seasons.
Cardinals win 13-5. We'll be back with the totals and a wrap right after these messages.
Percent financing is back. From now until April 3rd, get 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, make no monthly payments until October on our full lineup of Jeep vehicles, which can save you up to $8,000 on the new Jeep Commander with 3 rows of stadium seating, the 5-star safety-rated Grand Cherokee, and Jeep Liberty, the best-selling SUV in its class. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. But hurry, offer only extended through April 3rd.
I'm here with W.B. Mason, and we're wearing protective brightness shields.
It's for our safety, since we're opening up a box of my blinding white Blizzard copy paper.
In this simulated test, even a blindfolded woman chose Blizzard's extra bright whiteness over standard dull white paper.
And Blizzard costs less than other bright papers.
Blizzard, extra bright paper, extra low price.
Would someone remove her blindfold?
Who but W.B. Mason?
Bill, I got a problem with something.
What?
Waiting.
Oh, can't keep my accountant waiting.
It's not me. It's you waiting for dial-up.
Now we're 39%.
I got business DSL from Verizon. You got to get up to speed.
What's a few extra minutes?
Those minutes add up.
Yeah, but you can't beat the price, though.
Verizon is close to what you pay now, and you get more.
More speed, more features, great price, and a special offer, too. Call 1-866-YES to DSL.
All right, we'll change. We'll do it.
Phillies baseball has been brought to you by Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here. By Southwest Airlines. With more flights to more places than ever before, Southwest is taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. By Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank, not your typical bank. By Toyota and the all-new bigger RAV4. Toyota, moving forward. And by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it. Everyone deserves it. Back at Citizens Bank Park, where the Cardinals will spoil the Phillies home opener, 13-5 St. Louis. St. Louis 13 runs, 17 hits, no errors. They left 7. Phillies 5 runs, 14 hits, an error, and 10 left. The win will go to Chris Carpenter, 1-0. The loss goes to John Lieber. He is 0-1. Our next telecast will be on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Brett Myers goes against Mark Mulder. Game 2 will be on CNA. Producer of Phillies baseball, Jeff Halleckman. John DeSangro is the associate producer. Carl Graber's been our statistician. Christine Negley has been our stage manager. Our director, Ray Tipton. For Larry Anderson, Chris Wheeler, and Scott Graham, Harry Callis, thanks a lot for watching. Cardinals win 13-5. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night. Stay tuned now for Eyewitness News. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Can I help you?
Yes, you know, I can't find my ATM card. I know you're not open yet, but I've got to make this deposit today, and I'm late for work, and
I can take care of that for you. I'll make the deposit and just send you the receipt from the transaction.
Great, thanks. You're a doll.
Okay.